but under control. And you men in the backfield there, I want you to analyze before you move. If they throw a forward pass, wait till you see the ball in the air, and then go and get it. And when they get it, boys, that's when they go on offense. That's when they go to. And don't forget, we're going to pick on one tackle like that this week. We're going inside them. We're going outside them. Inside them and outside them. And when we get them on the run once, we're going to keep them on the run. And we're not going to pass unless our secondary comes up too close. But don't forget, man, we're going to get them on the run. We're going to go. And we aren't going to stop until we go to that goal line. Don't forget, man, today's the day we're going to win. They can't lick us, and the black out of the goal. The first whistle of the man to win there and fight. What do you say, man?
Get ready for high school football tonight on G&G Productions. Our coverage tonight brought to you by Hale Realty and Auction, a house so named. Snappy Tomato Pizza in Springfield. Dr. Isaacs Jr. Dentistry, General Dentistry and Orthodontics. Farmers National Bank, by your side for more than 130 years. Lebanon Tourism. Lebanon is the heart of Central Kentucky. Salt River RECC. Exit Realty Bluegrass, Lisa Kearns Realtor. The Marion County Industrial Foundation, putting people back to work. Springfield State Bank, built and growing on friendly service. Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain, attorneys at law in Springfield. Danville Office Equipment. Chris Essex for mayor. Rising Sons Beef. Stuart Powell. SWEDA, the Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Agency. John Hayden for mayor. Beach Fork Sporting Clays and Upland Honey. Don McCauley, attorney at law. It's time now to head to the field for high school football tonight on G&G Productions.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield for high school football on a Friday night. It's a non-district game, but it's two teams that go way back with a lot of competitive nature and a lot of great games in their history. And tonight, Washington County coming in. They're looking for that win more than anything, whether it be district or not.
On my level.
Washington County comes in, and they had 2 losses and 1 win coming into this game. Bethlehem, the Eagles, come in tonight, 2 wins and 1 loss. 2 teams are looking for a W, but also looking to find out exactly what they need to do to get ready for district time, which is around the bend. Hi again, everybody, from the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield. I am Hal B. Good. Glad to be alongside with you on G&G Production as we bring you Bethlehem and Washington County tonight. Joining me here in the press box will be Jimmy Wethington and Skinner. Always a good time when Bethlehem and Washington County get together.
Yeah, Hal, we've seen some really good games between these two teams. The last 7, or actually the last 9, have been Washington County's won 5 and Bethlehem 4, so it's been a very competitive series.
Lucas Ross is joining us again tonight. He's down the field. He's down the field with our other colleague, number 3, John Graves. He's there with head coach of the Bethlehem Eagles. Johnny?
Thank you, number 1. Down here with Coach Seg. Coach, it keeps getting hot on Friday nights. It's nice all week, and then it gets a little warm down here.
Yeah, I know. It gets a little muggy. During the practice this week, I thought, man, this is finally going to be fall weather, but not quite there yet, but that's okay.
What does week 4 of the Commanders look like this week?
You know, Bethlehem's a really good football team. They're top 10 in their class, maybe top 5. I don't know. They're right around the top of their class. You know, they do a lot of things good. They throw the ball well. They run the ball well. Defensively, they're real sound. I mean, they're just a good football team all around. So we'll have our hands full.
What did you all work on this week as you come back from KCD? What did you see from KCD that encouraged you?
Well, you know, our kids play with great effort. I don't ever fault our kids' effort. You know, we make a lot of young mistakes, but we play with great effort. And they had a good week of practice, and they practice hard. And, you know, we got to establish a run game more. It's hard to throw the ball when teams don't respect your run game. So we got to commit to establishing a run game more a little bit earlier tonight and hopefully try to sustain some drives and keep their offense off the field.
You've got one running back out, but you got another one back this week. A little different look back there for you.
Yeah, we only got 2 healthy varsity running backs right now. Kayon will be back this week. Kayon Furman will be back this week, so he'll be getting some reps again. Nick Smurvick, last week was the first week he played running back and did a great job. Lucas Carrick will be out this week. Then we got another young guy that plays running back that's out in COVID protocol. So we're pretty thin at running back. So, you can see anybody from Kayon to Nick to Tobiah Rayleigh tonight. That'll be all 3 of them we got on the whole team. So we'll see how it goes.
Do you like the battle up front? Offensive, defensive line. Do you feel like that's where you can win tonight?
I think that's where we have to win. I think, they're really veteran in a skill position. They got a lot of guys back from a good team last year. The one place that they're kind of young is up front, and we won't have Carter Hilton tonight. He's out with the illness. But we got a little depth up there, so hopefully we'll be able to win a little bit up front, and that'll help us sustain drives.
All right, Coach, we'll catch you after the game for the player of the game. Coach Eric Sagersey. And Skinner, I just want to say, you've been, 2 games in, and you're moving up the rankings to number 2. I've got to get my game back together.
Hey, John, you're always number 1 in our heart, buddy.
I never have been called number 1. I used to always just step in number 2. So I don't know.
I've been called number 2 a lot.
My apologies with the sun in my eyes. I couldn't tell which coach John was with. I said that was Bethlehem head coach Brian Walker, but naturally that was Eric Sagersey, head coach of the Commanders. We need to take a timeout. We'll be back with more. Call your neighbors and friends. Tell them it's live and free, and it's on right now. Bethlehem and Washington County. It's a G&G production.
Snap, snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com. At Farmers National Bank in Lebanon, we'd like to say, wow! Wow! Thank you for voting us the best bank in Marion County, the best checking and savings in Marion County, the best loans and lending in Marion County, the best mortgages in Marion County, the best customer service in Marion County, and the one we're proud of, the best place to work in Marion County. Farmers National Bank, we're here for you. Farmers National Bank, 136 West Main Street in Lebanon and 2160 Campbellsville Highway. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC. It's a Kentucky fall tradition, the 53rd annual Marion County Country Ham Days, which will be held on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th in downtown Lebanon. It's a full weekend of fun, including great music, 2 hot air balloon events, a carnival, kids zone, arts and craft, a huge parade, classic car and truck and motorcycle show, one of the largest 5K runs in Kentucky, and of course, it's our famous Ham Days Breakfast. Marion County Country Ham Days in downtown Lebanon. Look for us online at hamdays.com.
Bethlehem and Washington County, as we are back at the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield. Hal Good, Jimmy Wethington. Down the field is John Graves. He's with Bethlehem head coach Brian Walker. John?
Coach, welcome to Bennett R. Lewis Field. It's been a while since you've been over here. With COVID and everything, I don't know that we've seen you over here in the last 3 or 4 years.
No, actually, it was my first season and the second game, and we had a thriller. Unfortunately, lost, but it's one of the best games of my 5 years at Bethlehem, and definitely a great place to play, and always a tough challenge.
Coach, what is the 2022 version of who are these Eagles?
To be honest, we're still figuring that out. We've got some inexperience in some spots, but we've got some talented athletes. So each week we're just kind of forming our identity. I like our defense right now. Our leadership is finally starting to come together. So we're still growing and figuring that out, and that's our focus as coaches, just to improve every week and be peaking at the right times.
I'm sure you've seen plenty of film on Washington County. What worries you, or what do you see from an opposing coach? Who are the Commanders?
Obviously, a very talented quarterback, a couple good skill guys, and they always have a very good defense. I've even gone back and just looking at some things over the years. They like to heat us up. They've given us some problems defensively. So our offense is hoping to execute very well tonight. And that said, it will be a challenge, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Who's got to have a big game in the white and gold tonight for you all to pull the win?
That's kind of my favorite part about our team. It can be a different guy every week. We've got literally 5 playmakers that can take over a game, and I think that makes us hard to defend. So I'm really hoping our line continues to take another step. Played better last week, and hoping this is our best game in the trenches, because it's going to need to be for us to come out on top.
All right, Coach, we'll catch you after the game for the player of the game. And your thoughts? Appreciate you joining G&G.
Thanks for having us. You guys do a great job.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Well, we've gotten both prognostications from either side. I'm going to see if I can find somebody else to talk to. I'm going to send it back upstairs to number 1 and 1A and 1B upstairs. I'm 2.
Yeah, anything to make us down a notch or two. That's what he's trying to do. You look at Bethlehem and what they've been able to do. The field over there, the 5-star field, or the Newcomb field that the family put a lot of effort and funds into. It's a beautiful facility over there, and there's a lot of pride in sports over in Bethlehem. I mean, look at the girls basketball team, what they've done the past couple of years. Sarah Thurman is the principal over at Bethlehem, and she's continued that tradition of excellence in academics. A private Catholic school that has done well in our area. We should be very proud.
Yeah, how be? They're one of the better 1A teams in the state. Preseason ranked number 3. And, I was thinking when I was doing a little research for the game, they don't have just good teams. They built good programs. This Bethlehem football team has been really good, really solid the last 4 or 5 years. And, they've elevated themselves to probably one of the top 5 1A football teams in the state.
Keep it right here. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back after this timeout, we'll have more pregame for you. It is Bethlehem and Washington County. It's our Friday night high school football game of the week. It's live and it's free. High school football, a G&G production.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, a farm, or a business, Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will give you individual service and a taste of Southern hospitality. Mark your calendar now for the Divine Family Farm Absolute Auction at 3560 Highway 433 in Willisburg, Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will sell at Absolute Public Auction this beautiful farm in 7 tracts. The Divine Family Farm is 161.2 plus acres divided into 7 tracts. It will sell at Absolute Auction Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale, a house sold name.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
Welcome to the heart of Kentucky and the Lebanon-Marion County Industrial Foundation, where they have a tremendous workforce. Jobs available in Marion County. Now hiring. TG Kentucky is now hiring. Second and third shift team members are now needed. Look at these exciting benefits. Come grow with us. TG Kentucky is hiring. Welcome to the heart of Kentucky. The Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation are here for you. Find them online at marioncountyky.com.
Back again here at the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield. Hal Good, Jimmy Wethington. Nice crowd rolling in tonight. We're going to talk about it a little bit later on the pregame, Jimmy, but it's a ray of sunshine night here tonight where we really show some light, if you will, on a great nonprofit in this area. Talora Slosher lost her daughter a few years back, and she's leading an effort to talk about teen suicide, and it's just really started a tremendous group.
Yeah, she has, Hal B., and they raised quite a bit of money for it. Just a really good organization. I hope everybody tunes in and listens to what she has to say that time.
Your Stampy Tomato Pizza pregame show continues. John Graves is back down on the field. Johnny?
I found somebody to talk to. He didn't know what I was doing. He's new here. He doesn't know what happens when I'm on the mic. I know, right? So, Matthew Hicks, a transplant to Washington County. He's the new assistant principal. Of course, we have got a bunch of new principals around, and we'll try to talk to Charlie Cox as we go along. But, Matthew, this has got to feel better than that maroon over at Marion County. But tell us a little bit about your history and what brings you to Washington County.
Gotcha. So this is my 14th year in education, former coach. Been out of it for 3 or 4 years, so it's nice to be back on Friday nights, kind of hanging out. Looking at it from a different perspective, you know, from the sideline, just kind of watching, being an observer is a little interesting, but it's nice. Blue, I'm blue at heart, so it's cool to put the blue on. I like that. First couple of weeks here at school has been great. Kids are awesome, energetic, ready to get back and learn, and, you know, ready to get on the field and compete. So I think it's been a really good start.
So, you know, now you're the most intelligent coach because you're doing it from the sidelines, right? That's the best. The best coaches are sitting in the stands or quarterback. What do you see? You're former coach. You coached at Marion County. You know, we've known each other for a while. What do you see out of this Washington County team?
You know, I know we're young. I know we're, you know, kind of still trying to put some pieces together up front. I think we've got some great skill kids. And we're just going to get better as the year goes on, you know, just kind of putting some pieces together, working, and when it all clicks, I think offensively it could be really dangerous with the weapons that we've got. We just kind of got to get to where it all clicks. And I think we're getting closer to that. So
I got to watch who I interview. They sound better than I do. I can't do that, Coach. Hey, Matthew Hicks, nuisance. Welcome to Washington County. You know, if you need anything, let us know. There you go. So I'm on the hunt again. We'll see who else we can find. Back upstairs to number 1 and number 1.
I thought old Matthew Hicks was going to be number 1. He grabbed that microphone. He was ready to talk.
Hey, he
knew what to do with it.
He's number 1 with me because he said he was blue at heart. So.
Always with you. Bethlehem. First week, Jimmy came in with a win over in Clarksville, Indiana. Or excuse me, they lost at Clarksville, Indiana. Their only loss, 48-36. Then they came back with a win against Eastern, and that was 25-22, so a close game there. And then no problem with Thomas Nelson, 49-9, if you want to look at common opponents. This is a team that has some really great players. And one, I look over the roster, and I see Cooper Stone come back. He's a senior. He's had a great couple of years in football for this team.
Right now he's first in 1A in passing, and they throw it around a lot from the stats I've seen. I think the least I've seen him in any game throw the ball has been 29. They threw 40 passes the first game of the year, but they can also run the ball too. And, you know, Zane Wycliffe does most of the running. About 90% of the time of their carries he got. And he's averaging about 110 yards a game rushing. So they can beat you both ways, but they seem like they're going to spread the field out and just try to throw it around a whole lot.
Washington County 1 and 2. Oh, let me add this about Bethlehem. Bethlehem is a Class 1A school. They're district number 2. Brian Walker is their head coach. Again, they're 2 and 1. Washington County, they are 1 and 2. Class 2A, district number 4. Their games, Nelson County lost in the first week, 36-7. Came back and defeated Thomas Nelson the next week, 21-14. And then lost last week to Kentucky Country Day, 40-21. Washington County spent a little time in the woodshed for sure here in the first 3 games. Nelson County tonight, over at Marion County. I talked to folks in Marion County this week. They're believing that Marion will play with Nelson, but this is a much better Nelson team.
Yeah, it is, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. I think Marion County is much improved, and sometimes they're going to get that program going. So it's just a matter of when it is. So very well could play with Nelson tonight.
Well, and for Washington County, and we just mentioned Marion County, you got to get geared up for it a week from tonight. It's the border war. We head to Lebanon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the records are. Man, that game, it always surprises us. It never goes like we think it's going to go, other than the fact that it's probably going to come down to 2 or 3 plays.
Stampede Tomato Pizza pregame show does continue. We're going to take a timeout. More in just a moment. High school football. It's a G&G production.
Hi, I am John Hayden. I am your candidate for mayor of Springfield. Many people have asked me why I want to run for mayor. After some thought, I realized that my purpose is I love to serve. I am a leader in the business world. I am a family man, a husband to my wife Rose, a father to 4 children, and my favorite of all, granddaddy to 5 little ones. I love to serve in the community, and I do it well. I feel that those things about my personality are a little of what I have to offer to the community that we all call home. I humbly ask for your vote in November and would love for you and your family to hop on our campaign trail with my family and I. Paid for by John C. Hayden for mayor.
50 years ago, Richard Nixon was the president and The Godfather was in theaters.
While a lot has changed in 50 years, one thing that has remained the same is the firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Since 1972, Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has been assisting the people of Central Kentucky in many areas of the law, including personal injury, domestic relations, real estate, and estate planning.
And call us at 859-336-3901 and let the reputable attorneys at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain work for you.
This is an advertisement.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Stampede Tomato Pizza pregame show continues from the Bennett R. Lewis Field, Washington County and Bethlehem, and we're just about 35 minutes away from the kickoff of that game. John Graves leads us through the pregame. He's back down the field. John?
You know, you can't talk Washington County football without talking about a Coach Glasscock. Our friend Lee Glasscock. Well, we've got the 2022 version of Matthew Glasscock, and I was at camp with the boys, and they said, "Hey, Coach G," and I said, "Whoa, boys. There's only one Coach G, so he can be Coach Glasscock or he can be Coach Matt." But he is a Glasscock, and he is from Boyle County and first-year coach here at Washington County.
Yes, sir. Enjoying it, having a good time. Glad to be here. Willing to help however I can.
Talk a little bit about what your football knowledge is, where'd you play, and a little bit about that.
I went to Boyle County High School, played there for 3 years. Got most of my knowledge from there, and everything else I'm just picking up on as we go.
What do you think about being a commander, and what's that meant for you this year?
I love it. I know that Coach G has a great history here, so I'm just trying to – I know he's got big shoes to fill, but if I can do half of what he did, I feel like I'd be doing something.
I'm just lucky to be able to say his name, and the only reason I can do that is because his son was in my wedding. That's the only reason I can get away with it. So break it down real quick. Who's got to have the big game for the Commanders tonight?
I'm looking for Nick Smurfett and Jack Pettis to have a good game. If our D-line beats their O-line, I think we have a good chance of being successful.
See, this is not hard. You're a natural at it. It's football, man. You've got that. You're a Glasscock.
I appreciate that.
All right, Matthew Glasscock, one of the new coaches here on the sideline. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm going to send it up to you. I got a couple things to do down here, and then I got to switch hats.
From the popular town of Perryville, there in Boyle County. Good to have him on hand, and again, Glasscock is a name that Jimmy is not only respected here, but my gosh, it just demands the respect. Lee Glasscock was a great coach and a good guy. Yeah, that's all you can say.
Exactly. Great coach and known all across the state because he had some really, really good teams back when he coached.
You look at this game coming in, we're about a half hour away, teams are warming up, and you say, well, it's not a district game, but Washington County is getting ready to get into the meat of their big district. Washington County's getting ready to play their biggest game of the year. besides the district game, that being the border war. I mean, that's just a game that's just all out. You know, there's neither team that's going to want to lose that one. What do you do coming into this game tonight? I mean, Bethlehem comes in having some pretty high-powered offense. You're licking your wounds from a Kentucky Country Day and Nelson County game that your defense let too many points on the board. What do you work on tonight?
Well, I agree 100% with what Coach Sagerson said before the game. Anytime you got a high-powered offense like this, the best thing to do is keep them on the sidelines.
True.
And I agree with him. I think Washington County's going to have to run the ball really well tonight in order to stay in this game, because Bethlehem is going to be hard to keep out of the end zone. You know, they've got really good athletes. They got a good quarterback, good running back, really good guys, out in the slots and out and wide out. So I think it's imperative that Washington County run for at least 150, 200 yards tonight.
I agree. You're gonna have to see Furman do that tonight for Washington County if they're going to be in the game. But back to Bethlehem. I love to talk about this Eagle Club because we talked about Stone earlier. Not only is he a savvy quarterback, he's a confident one. He gets out there, you say, this kid feels like he can do it. Well, he can back it up.
And how the most important place on a football team to have that is at quarterback. I mean, he if you have a quarterback that's confident, everybody else on the team is going to have confidence. They get it from him. It's like a point guard in basketball. So I think he just makes everybody around him a better player.
Well, he's done just that in the likes of Hayden Osborne, Nicholas Osborne, Will Ray. All those are juniors, except for senior Hayden Osborne. And I'd be remiss if I left out senior Zane Whitcliffe. Whitcliffe's had his hands on that ball a lot this year for Bethlehem.
Yeah, Hal, and I think I said earlier, but going through their stats for the first 3 games, he has run the ball at least 90-95%. I know one game he was the only one to run the ball during the whole game, and very seldom do you see that. A lot of teams anymore go with 2 or 3 backs, so he's a workhorse for them, and pretty much figure when they run the ball, he's going to be the one they're going to have to stop.
For Washington County tonight, we'll talk a little bit more about it later, but if you're Washington County, you not only want your defense to come in there, but Bo Baker has been able to come in, and I think you give Bo Baker a tobacco stick and a chunk of coal, he can get on a frozen pond and play hockey.
Yeah.
He's a natural athlete. I think, if he can get in there and get a little bit of time, he can make something happen tonight as well.
Yeah, and I think that's crucial is amount of time. He's had a lot of times this year where he just hadn't time to set his feet, find a receiver, and throw it. When he has, he's thrown the ball good, and Washington County's got some big plays, but just hadn't had that time. But, of course, like I said, we've got a young offensive line. It takes time to gel. That's probably the hardest position group on the team to get to gel because there's so many different fronts, so many different stunts and everything. And who you block adjusts just about on every single play is somebody different. So hopefully, they're starting to come to bring it together.
About a half hour away from the kickoff of Bethlehem and Washington County. Skinner, I ran into my old buddy Hunter this past week. We do a little program, and G&G Productions glad to be a part of it, called Hunter's Heroes, where every week he'll be picking that winner from the University of Kentucky in Florida. And he took a stab at Florida this week in UK. So he's got that, and I got that coming up. And I know you're one of the biggest UK fans I know. But old Hunter, he's pretty dedicated now.
Yeah, he is pretty dedicated now. He picked him a couple of years ago, and he was pretty proud about it. But I think I mentioned, hey, look, anybody could pick that game. Florida won like 34 out of 35, so don't be bragging about picking Florida.
He told me Gators are honored because they got crooked teeth. Keep it right here. Hunter's Heroes. It's a production of G&G Productions.
Kentucky at Florida. Although last week's final score indicated a solid victory over the Red Hawks from the Buckeye State, Wildcat fans was filing out of Commonwealth Stadium whispering concerns about a less than impressive offensive line performance by the new Fat Cats down in the trenches. The coveted Big Blue Wall of years past has undergone some renovations, and the replacement parts is showing some signs of structural damage. With a strong recruiting class boasting some impressive pedigree, Coach Mark Stoops has improved his stable with some quality young horses. But there ain't no substitute for experience, and it's going to take a little more time. These young studs is going to be Derby contenders eventually, but as for now, they're unproven, and they ain't yet broke their maiden. Of particular concern is the offensive line, because this talented bunch of young thoroughbreds was slow to get out of the gate and didn't hit their stride until about the third furlong. In fact, at times, the Red Hawk defensive line beat them like a rented mule. Going to the passing attack allowed the Cats to weather the Red Hawk storm, but it didn't go unnoticed that Will Levis didn't have a lot of time in the pocket. His old line was leaking like a sieve and had more holes than a crocheted umbrella. Stoops and his Fayette County felines ain't got the luxury of a cupcake opponent in week 2 to cure what ails them. In fact, they're going from the frying pan into the fire as they trek to the Sunshine State for a tussle with the Gainesville Gators. Last year, Florida's Rowdy Reptiles defense was about as hard as a limp noodle. In fact, a postseason trip to the vet revealed that those Gators had a diagnosis of erectile dysfunction. But with Billy Napier now at the helm, this is a Gator squad that seems to have returned to their old mean and nasty orneriness. After knocking off number 7 Utah last week, they looking like they might have got their jaws realigned and chomping straight once again. This game is being viewed as an early season battle of two teams jockeying for SEC East pigskin supremacy. For the second week, the Cats is still without the services of one of their most ferocious felines, running back Chris Rodriguez. Now, I've done shook my crystal ball every which way I know how, but I can't get a reading that I want. It keeps telling me that the heat and humidity of the swamp ain't exactly an environment conducive to solving the problems with the young and inexperienced offensive line. I'm afraid that in mathematical terms, 3 parts heat plus 9 parts humidity is going to equal 1 part humiliation for Professor Stoops and his class of freshman felines. Hunter's Heroes, Florida.
Now, if you don't have time to go to the grocery store, the great news is you can get quality beef delivered right to your front door from Rising Sons Beef. Rising Sons Beef is bred, born, and raised by the Settles, 4th and 5th generation farmers in Springfield. You can get Rising Sons antibiotic, steroid, and hormone-free beef delivered by the piece, package, or half cow. Buy a local Kentucky Proud product with Rising Sons Beef. Go to risingsonsbeef.com on the web or call 859-481-3216. Rising Sons Beef, full of flavor and fork tender. Let me take just a second to tell you about Beach Fork. If you like sporting clays, guided hunts, and lodging, well, Beach Fork Outdoors is ready for you. They're located amidst the beautiful rolling hills of Springfield, Kentucky, in the heart of the Bourbon Trail. The Sporting Clays course exhibits scenery unlike any other, with 12 stations. The Upland Bird Hunting Package offers a vast acreage of well-maintained food plots. The Parlor is our lodge. It offers hearty southern home-cooked meals and a private living suite with breathtaking views. Beach Fork Outdoors, 2938 Macville Road in Springfield, or call 859-481-5310.
The following is a paid advertisement.
The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon. Ms. McCauley handles cases in many areas in law, including DUI, DWI, divorce and family law, employee rights, real estate, wills and estates. The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located in Lebanon at 144 West Main Street, or you may call her office today for an appointment at 270-692-0684.
I've always had a heart for the community. I grew up in Springfield. I currently serve as one of your Springfield City Councilmen. As owner of Snappy Tomato Pizza, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, where I have been recognized for several civic awards. Besides City Council, all the boards I sit on and the support I give to our community is on a volunteer basis. I have a heart of a servant, and I want to serve you even more as the next mayor of Springfield. I'm a community volunteer, a dedicated, loyal, and honest leader with no self-agenda. Because experience matters, integrity counts. I humbly ask you now for your vote. Chris Essex for Mayor of Springfield. This ad paid for by Essex for Mayor.
In 1937, community leaders from Bullitt, Nelson, Spencer, and Washington counties came together to form one of the earliest electric co-ops in Kentucky, Salt River Electric, celebrating 85 years in 2022. Throughout their anniversary year, they'll be celebrating the legacy of rural electricity and want their members to join in as they give away an $85 bill credit each month this year. Go to srelectric.com and enter into their $85 for 85 years giveaway today. srelectric.com/85FOR85.
At Stewart Powell Ford in Danville, you want your next car buying experience to go smoothly, and so do we. Our warm and welcoming hometown showroom in Danville is where our veteran staff of 20 plus years gives new meaning to the phrase, the Stewart Powell family. We proudly serve the entire state of Kentucky, so visit Stewart Powell and discover car shopping the easy way. And check out our world-class service department. Our easy plan doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. We stand behind your new Ford every step of the way. Stewart Powell Ford, 225 South Danville Bypass in Danville.
Back here at the Ben R. Lewis Field in Springfield. Hi, everybody. How good? Jimmy Weathington will be back in the booth in just a moment. John Graves down on the field this evening as we get ready for Washington County and Bethlehem. And, boy, a long tradition in these two ball clubs as they played many games in the days here with Bethlehem and Washington County. A young lady that's seen many of her kids play in those Bethlehem games on and off is Talora Slosher. And we welcome you here tonight because it is a special night for you. But first of all, so good to see you. You know, you do bring a ray of sunshine to this press box.
I'm so excited to be here, Hal. Thank you so much for inviting me up.
It's something when someone can take grief and mold it into something so positive, and you've been able to do that. The loss of your daughter has been such a hardship, and those that know her will tell you, and you hear it all the time, how special she was, and she was a special young lady. Whenever you can take something and make something so positive, like the Ray of the Sunshine Foundation, and we've got the website up here right now, it's something that people are looking at you, your family, and just really complimenting you for what you're doing for Taylor Ray.
Well, thank you, Hal. I want to give a shout out to my son Colton, who actually played for Washington County. When we lost Taylor on January the 8th, as you can imagine, we were devastated, and we did lose her to suicide. And I can remember my son calling my brother to say, you need to come home, and saying, you know, you've got to come home. We've lost her. And I said, Colton, you just need to stop. Can you just stop saying that? And he said, Mama, he said, we got to do something. He said, we got to tell her story. This can't be the last story told. He said, we got to do a foundation. We got to do something. And how within 2 months, we had a 501c3 up and going. And by March, we were out telling her story. And I want to celebrate the fact that today, we've been traveling quite a bit lately, but we have had the opportunity to tell her story to over 42,000 people.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So near the population of Nelson County. That is truly amazing to be able to do that. And I think even from the very beginning, I think you and your family knew that this was going to be kind of like a ray of sunshine. It's not going to be like a cloudy day. This is going to be bright.
Yes.
And it's turned out to be just that.
Absolutely. What we didn't want is it to be about that evening. And we just remember what everyone said when they talked to us about Taylor. They continued to tell us things like, she always smiled at me. She was the only person that smiled at me. She's the reason I passed biology. You know, she would walk in a room and she would just light up that room. And Taylor's middle name happened to be Ray, R-A-E, so that's where it comes from. And then if anybody hasn't recognized yet, but
that's
you know, that curly sunshine, curly sunshine.
Shirts look great.
Yes, that curly sunshine is based on her curly blonde hair. And we wanted it to be something that was happy and that it gave people the freedom to have a conversation about mental health and to let them know that it was okay to not be okay. You know, I've traveled over 14,000 miles, 138 different events in 3.5 years, and I'm scheduled for the rest of September.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised a bit. We're talking to Laura Schlosser, who is, I would say, president and CEO of Ray of Sunshine Foundation, but she and her family have put this thing together. Laura's a longtime educator. Started out as a teacher and taught. I guess when you first started, taught many men and women how to get their GEDs, and all the way up to superintendent of a couple, 3 schools here in Central Kentucky. So the neat thing about this is not your own kids. You've been around kids that you felt like they were your own.
Absolutely.
And looked at you as a parent figure that needed that. So, you're bringing that combination of things to Ray of Sunshine that you experienced in your career.
Absolutely, and it's so rewarding to be able to travel across the state of Kentucky and meet children and adults from all over the state and have this conversation. And what's so touching is that when you finish the stories that I hear afterwards, and we talk about the fact, the smile, the S in the smile is all about Taylor's story, but we always flip that around. I want the people in the audience to know that this is not just about Taylor's story. This is about their story and how important their story is. And that if you know someone who doesn't believe their story is important, let somebody know there's help out there. There's a lot of resources. And how one of the things we've done this year is we've said, hey, we want you to make sure that every kid gets a bracelet. And it's this yellow bracelet that I wear.
Oh, cool.
And it's got our website and it's got her hashtag. But the cool part is on the inside of this bracelet, it has the suicide prevention hotline number. So what that means is that every child that leaves that gymnasium or auditorium and all of their teachers, not only do they have a little piece of sunshine, they also have a resource. So let's say they're not at school, they're not at church, or their mom and dad's not around, and they know that somebody's struggling. They have a resource around their wrist, and they can call and ask what to do and get help. Our children are the future, Hal.
Sure. And for a program like this, it's not ironic for me to be driving down the Bluegrass Parkway and a car passes me with a Ray of Sunshine bumper sticker. It's just amazing.
It's so awesome.
And you've had to have experiences that you've been touched by Taylor Ray throughout this whole experience with you and your family.
It just swells my heart. I was up in Cincinnati and I had my T-shirt on, and a little girl ran up to me. She said, "Oh my goodness, my cousin was Taylor's roommate."
Oh, how about that?
And I said, "I'm Taylor's mom."
Isn't that something?
And she just fell in my arms and cried and hugged me.
Well, and I compliment your family from the start on doing this. I did that earlier. If someone wants to help, we've got your website up right now, and people can go back and watch our Facebook Live all over. Our audience is about 2,500. How can they get involved, and how can they support an effort like this? Because, as you said earlier when you got started, this effort goes way out to many people who don't even realize that there are things that can be done, things that can be said to maybe help those that need that little bit of help.
Right, we started out, Hal, with 2 T-shirts. Now we have a lot of T-shirts. So if you were to go to our website, what I would tell you to do is, there's a variety of items on there that you can purchase. Anything from a bracelet that costs $1 to a T-shirt or a sweatshirt. And I want the audience to know that we have taken all of our donations. We run our foundation with it. We give away brochures and postcards and different things like that. But in 3 years, we have had the opportunity to give away $30,000 to future mental health professionals. And what people say to me, well, what does that mean to Laura? I said, we're looking for students that are in college, that are in that junior or senior year who've committed, and those in their master's program. And so that could be anybody that's dealing in social work, a school counselor, a psychologist, a school psychologist, a social worker, any of those fields that are going to touch kids, because we believe that if we support their education and they go out there and they are providing services, mental health services, then Taylor's story and the money that we have generated through donations or T-shirt sales, it's just exponential of what it can hit. I travel around. I've got a lot of places I go. I love volunteers. I love people to help me pack those boxes in. And also if there's folks out there that can think of a great fundraiser where we can give more scholarships away. We've been giving away 5 scholarships per year.
Awesome.
I would love to give more scholarships away. You know, I want as many mental health professionals out there as we have traditional, you know, physicians out there in the world.
Sure, and I think that's an awesome feat to be able to do with those funds to go from there. Can they reach your contact information on the website?
Absolutely.
Everything's there? That's good.
Everything's there. You can go to our website. You can send us an email. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. We have lots of followers, and I would encourage folks to follow us because it's a positive, optimistic journey. And I want to share with the audience something that I shared with my boys and my family right pretty soon afterwards. I told them, I said, we're always going to miss Taylor. There's never going to be a time that we don't miss her or we grieve for her. But you're allowed to be happy.
Well, sure.
You are allowed to smile. And when I go around and I talk to our children around the state of Kentucky, the title of my presentation is A Second Chance to Smile. And what I hope that I plant the seed, Hal, is that if things aren't so good and it's a little bit cloudy, you know, and you can think, you know what, we all know what that means, is just know the sun will shine again and you will have a second chance to smile.
Awesome. You're doing an awesome job. I hear so much. I see your stuff on Facebook, and we're just honored to have you here with us to talk about Taylor Ray, the Raya Foundation. And I encourage you, if you have a chance, please go online. Go to rayofsunshineky.org. It's listed on the screen. We'll make sure to put it on later on in this game because this is an interesting game for you. You've had a son play for both Bethlehem and Washington County.
Have.
So how appropriate to be here. Are they both here tonight? Did they get to make it? Or
well, that's,
maybe.
That's ironic. My oldest son, Colton, who graduated from Washington County, he's actually coaching himself tonight.
Good for him. Little
League. And he said, I think Coach Seg will understand.
He will.
He'll be very proud that he's coaching. And then my youngest son is actually down in Nashville going to diesel mechanic school.
I've heard that.
And is actually working a second job down there.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
I do want to give a shout out to Washington County Public Schools and their Board of Education.
Please do.
Because Robin is very supportive of Raya Sunshine. She made sure that all the football players had a T-shirt. And their principal, their brand new principal, Mr. Charlie Cox, he and his staff have invited me Friday to come to Washington County High School to speak to all their kids. And I said, that was my only free day in September. You got it.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes, it is. It's absolutely.
Well, and people can reach you about speaking engagements on the website.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. You're doing an awesome job. Glad we could recognize some of your family here this evening.
Okay. Thank you.
Laura Schlosser, good friend, good person, and it's a great foundation to be a part of. It's called the Ray of Sunshine Foundation. Go online, rayofsunshineky.org. Back with more in a moment. High school football. It's a G&G production.
At Maywood, we want to highlight a great course with wonderful food so you can enjoy the entire experience. If you don't play golf, stop by and try the best hot brown around or our signature cowboy burger. You can experience a private club feel that is open to everyone. Memberships available with a full schedule of events throughout the year. We have a full bourbon bar. Family carryout meals make life simple for the busy family. We are now open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Maywood Country Club, 130 Maywood Avenue, Bardstown, 502-348-6600. A G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Now's the time to make that dream a reality. Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Bluegrass, 270-402-4036. Call or text Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Snap, snap. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Ooh, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Ooh, Snappy Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
For a lot of people, home ownership is a big to-do list item that has to get checked before you feel like you're a grown-up, living your best life. If you're ready to check that box, talk to Derek Brussel at Farmers National Bank. Derek specializes in guiding first-time home buyers, young borrowers, and other newbies toward a responsible, manageable, fulfilling financial future. Visit farmersnational.bank to get in touch. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402972.
It's a Kentucky fall tradition, the 53rd annual Marion County Country Ham Days, which will be held on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th in downtown Lebanon. It's a full weekend of fun, including great music, 2 hot air balloon events, a carnival, kids zone, arts and crafts, a huge parade, classic car and truck and motorcycle show, one of the largest 5K runs in Kentucky, and of course, it's our famous Ham Days Breakfast. Marion County Country Ham Days in downtown Lebanon. Look for us online at hamdays.com.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, a farm, or a business, Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will give you individual service and a taste of Southern hospitality. Mark your calendar now for the Divine Family Farm Absolute Auction at 3560 Highway 433 in Willisburg, Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will sell at Absolute Public Auction this beautiful farm in 7 tracts. The Divine Family Farm is 161.2 plus acres divided into 7 tracts. It will sell at Absolute Auction Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale, a house sold name.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
Back in Springfield at the Bennett R. Lewis Field, Hal Good, Jimmy Weathington, John Graves, as Washington County will make their way out onto the field as they get ready for competition this evening. Fireworks going off. Washington County home tonight as they've been preparing for the Bethlehem Eagles, who Bethlehem 2-1, Washington County Skinner 1-2. Both these teams looking for a big win here this evening. Washington County will be dressed in the blue uniforms. Red letters, red numbers, the blue helmet with the red WC on the side. White uniforms, white shirts, I should say, for Bethlehem this evening. The gold pants, gold letters, gold numbers, which are very hard to read. Blue helmets.
Yep. I mean, we might get a number or two wrong tonight on Bethlehem's side because it is, unless they're looking straight at you, it's hard to read their numbers. Now, Hal, you pointed out correctly earlier that Washington County's and Bethlehem are not in the same district football, but they are basketball, and a lot of these kids play both sports, so they know each other pretty well as far as how good of athletes, each of them are. So, that kind of plays into it a little bit. It looks like Washington County is going to receive the kick. So I think this first drive is big for Washington County. I think they have got to get ahead, Hal, and they've got to keep up with Bethlehem's offense.
Well, how many people around Springfield want to talk about St. Joe Pratt? The teams they had back then. One of my favorite conversations was with Frank Peters. And he played for St. Joe Prep and had a big game one night. We were talking about it, just his eyes lit up when he played, and I think that's sure for everybody. And now, you look at Bethlehem, and I think they're catching that second wind of what we see in a new generation. I mean, who would have thought the magnificent field they would have to play on at Bethlehem, and the programs they're doing over there, and just as we've talked about, the academics alone.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job.
They've really grown a lot, Hal, and the 7 or 8 years that I've been broadcasting these ball games, all sports. They got good volleyball team, they got good men's team. Their girls team is one of the best teams in the state now. They really, really have improved all of their sports and academics.
Thanks to our crew on hand this evening. Greg upstairs, Sean over here. Matthew has the night off. Lucas Ross out here helping his son this evening. Jimmy Weathington over here, and John Graves. So we're about ready to get things underway. That's going to be kicking to Washington County. It's cooled off a little bit this evening, Jimmy. I think it's going to be a nice night for some football.
Yeah, I think they had to hold the kick up off until Sandman was over. I think it's some kind of a law that you've got to play it all the way through.
That music does not belong to us. Let me remind you of that. Little boots kick up, and it's going to be taken by Washington County. Almost down, but Washington County will pick it up there at about the 34, up to the 36, up to the 24, up to the 28, and stop down at the 28-yard line. And Jack Pettis was able to come up with it. Not much on the return, but still, we saw Pettis a couple of weeks ago that's really have a gutsy game, and he's back after tonight. And we've been hearing that, this team wants Pettis to shine this evening.
Yeah, and he's one of the ones that can make a big difference in this game for Washington County. Hal, he's a really solid athlete. So, if we can get the ball and get him in space, it really help this team out a lot.
We haven't talked much tonight about Bo Baker, but we will tonight. Bo Baker, he's the big fella, just a junior. He'll line up in the shotgun as it is going to be 1st and 10 Washington County on their own 29, moving upfield. The snap, the give. First man through, spun around. Not much of a gain on that.
Smurfett.
So Smurfett, Nick Smurfett, a junior, wearing number 8. He might have got.
I don't think he gained anything.
Nothing on that?
Yeah.
How about 2nd down 10 then?
No gain on the play.
So no game on the play. I think it's second down. How tall is Bo?
6'7", 6'8".
6'7". Are they saying 6? I was going to say 6'7". I think some have said 6'8". Back to throw, left side, almost picked over there by Bethlehem and Nicholas Osborne. And Pettis was the intended receiver. How about 3rd and 10?
Yeah, I don't know if that was there was some miscommunication. I don't know if that was on Pettis' part or Bo's, but Bo threw the ball inside and Pettis cut outside. That, and like I said, that was almost picked, and had been, that would have been a pick 6.
Well, the sophomore Osborne was right out there, and he was in a pretty good position to snag that one. Couldn't come up with it, though.
Yeah, now Washington County's in a bad spot behind the chains, 3rd and 10 now.
3rd and 10, they got to make something big happen here. Look for Baker to pass. Baker back to throw, looking over the middle. He'll go, tipped and caught at the 49-50 to the 49-yard line. That's Noah Reynolds. Let's watch that again.
Yeah, Hal, that was fortunate for Washington County. The ball was tipped right to Reynolds, and Reynolds caught it and got all the way down to the 49 of Bethlehem.
Baker back, throws, tipped, and Reynolds comes up with it.
Nice concentration, 22-yard gain now.
1st and 10 in Bethlehem territory, moving downfield with the Commanders. Baker, the snap and the give. Here we go off the left side. Not much of.
I think that's
Kayon Furman.
Yeah. And he's going to get
Furman just coming on board a couple of weeks ago, not playing last week at Kentucky Country Day, and back tonight.
And how in the game he played against Thomas Nelson, 15 carries, 87 yards. Washington County could really use a repeat of that tonight.
Line up in the backfield, single player behind Baker. Wide outs all over the place, though. Baker the snap, back to throw. Over the left side, it's complete. I think it's Reynolds again. Caught. He's thrown down pretty hard.
Yeah.
No Pettis on that catch.
They're going to mark him at about the 33, Hal, so that's going to be a gain of about 6.
I couldn't tell on the far side if that was Pettis or
Yeah, it was Pettis.
Reynolds, and Pettis came up with it, flung down by Osborne.
Yeah, I think Pettis is lining up outside at the wide receiver, and I think Reynolds is in at the slot.
Here we go with Baker out of the shotgun again. He'll line up that every time. The give, Furman, nothing doing.
Yeah,
maybe
not getting any
maybe
running
a loss
game
of
going.
2.
Yeah.
3rd down. Parker Greer with the stop for Bethlehem.
Yeah, how they were slow changing that down to distance marker. I think it's 4th down now.
Oh, I said 3rd. My apologies.
Yeah, no, they were slow
fourth
changing it. When I looked at it too, I thought it was 3rd, and then they just flipped it.
4th and 7. Got some wheels back there to receive for Bethlehem.
Yeah, they got
Wycliffe.
Yeah, he's a dangerous
Be at
running
the
back
10.
too. Hal.
Baker, nice punt. Wycliffe will let it bounce. He won't take it. He'll take a commander roll at the 10 to the 7 to the 6. And that's where we'll see Bethlehem take over. 1st and 10 at the 6. With 8:54 remaining in the first quarter of play, your score, Bethlehem 0, Washington County 0. We'll try to do the best we can to keep you up some other scores going on tonight as you're sitting back relaxing wherever you may be. We got the Marion County Knights hosting Nelson County. I passed all the Henderson buses on the way in on 150. They're on the way to Bull County tonight. Good games indeed around the area.
Bull County is another juggernaut team now.
And we ask you tonight if you have a picture that you can share where you're watching the game on G&G Productions on Facebook Live. It might be in your backyard, in your living room. Send us a picture on Facebook Live. Just attach it, and we'd like to see it. You might be just sitting outside, taking it easy. That's what I've done the past few nights. A lot of tailgaters out there. Give us a picture as well.
Yeah.
Let us know what you all are doing out there and put some names behind it, and we'll put it on Facebook Live. This is the first gain of 2. 2nd down 8. Pass by Bethlehem all the way down. It's going to be incomplete. No flags on the play.
Yeah, how I can't catch the number who's intended for. Popovich number 1. And he's a big, good-looking receiver, just overthrown now.
Yeah, Justin Popovich. He's a senior on this team. And again, we'll do a better job keeping up with these numbers. They're just a little light.
Yeah.
From my old Dr. John Saccone eyes. Every time I go see Dr. John, he strengthens my lenses. And I said, what's wrong with my eyes? He says, you're getting old. That's it.
I've heard the same
third
thing.
Down, 3rd and 8. Passing play right side, looking for Popovich. Catch on the far right-hand side. Out of bounds. I don't know if they got there or not.
It's first down. They're marking it first down.
Popovich was out there, but he wasn't the receiver. I believe it was Osborne with the catch over there.
See if I.
So they say they got it. So it is first down. 1st and 10, Bethlehem. Here we go. Run off the right side. We're going to go with Wycliffe, I believe, on this one.
Yeah.
35 to the 38.
And I think he got another first down, too.
Easy first down. Such a hard runner.
Yeah, that's the thing about this 12-yard gain, how beef Wycliffe. That's the thing about this Bethlehem offense, man. They can burn you on the ground. They can burn you through the air.
1st and 10. Bethlehem on their own 30, moving upfield. Back to throw again, airing it out, looking downfield. It's going to be caught by Bethlehem. 35-30, still on his feet, down to the 25-yard line. Popovich comes up with it. Let's watch this one again, Jimmy. Lead us through.
Yeah, Hal. Popovich, he just got a big size advantage on the corner for Washington County. I can't see the number over there, but just look. Their corner's in great position, but Popovich just jumps up and takes it away from him. That's a hard matchup for Washington County. They're probably going to have to shade his safety that way to help him on that.
Popovich, his height. When you talk about tall players, we talk about Bo Baker. I think he's at least about 6'3" or 6'4". Back we go with Stone. Stone over the right side. It's going to be caught. Oh, incomplete.
Man, a great defensive play. Smurf it. Took it away from him because I thought like you. I thought that was a touchdown, and he made a great recovery and knocked that away.
Yeah, Hayden Osborne in there, intended receiver. Yeah, Stone, though, is such a natural as he rolls back. I like Cooper and his play, and that time he got a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he throws a good pass.
2nd down 10. Looks like a lot going on out there in a quick.
I think it's going to be
timeout.
Offsides on Washington County.
Washington County line up all sides. Cost him 5. Second down replayed on this one.
And how those pre-snap penalties against a team like Bethlehem, man, they put you in a tough spot.
2nd down 5 now. Stone out of the shotgun. The snap, the give. Wycliffe spun around. Gets downfield 15, maybe the 14. He was caught.
Yeah.
Hurt, I think, on the stop, but a couple of commanders in there to assist. It's a big 3rd down play.
It looks like it was going to be a loss out, and he made a little spin move and ended up getting them in 3rd and about 3.
That's what your good backs can do. A back like Wycliffe,
yeah,
he can wiggle out and get you a gain and put you in a good position, like 3rd and 3 on the 15. Yep. A lot of pressure, but a pass over the middle is going to be caught by Bethlehem and into the end zone. That's Popovich. We'll watch that one again. Easy 6. Dr. John Isaacs brings you the instant replay. Here we go back. Stone looks. Popovich, too much height, too much speed, gets the 6.
And I didn't get the number of the Washington County defender, but he, again, great coverage. He was right there. And Popovich just took the ball away from him, too. And, man, that Popovich, he's a load as big as he is.
Lincolnhofer, the kick, up and good. So with 7:04 remaining in the first quarter of play, Bethlehem strikes first. Bethlehem 7, Washington County 0. High school football, a G&G production.
Welcome to the heart of Kentucky and the Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation, where they have a tremendous workforce. Jobs available in Marion County. Now hiring. Kentucky Cooperage, an independent state company subsidiary. First shift $16 an hour. Second shift $18 an hour. Plus great benefits. Now hiring. Kentucky Cooperage, an independent state company subsidiary. Welcome to the heart of Kentucky. The Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation are here for you. Find them online at MarionCountyKY.com.
Bethlehem quick score here in this first quarter of play, Jimmy, to get in there with that 7-0, the extra point good. But showing some real diversity. Wycliffe, a couple of big runs. And, boy, Popovich, he came up with some great catches.
Yeah, and like I said, two of the catches that Popovich had, he was well defended, but he's just so much bigger than the defensive back, he just took it away from him.
Bethlehem kicking off to Washington County after the score. High kick. Pettis back there, will let it bounce. Now picks it up, had it off his fingertips, man, lost it.
I think Bethlehem got it, Hal.
I think Bethlehem came up with it. Pettis on the recovery, trying to come up with it, and was going after it on the bounce, and it just off his fingertips. And
Hal,
Bethlehem comes up with it in great field position.
Right, and that ball couldn't have been kicked in a better place for Bethlehem because it was all the way across the field and a little bit short. And their one of their players actually got down there about the same time that Washington County did to cover the ball.
So Cooper Stone, the senior, goes back to work. Wycliffe showing some blocking. Plenty of time. Airs it out, looking
open.
end zone, touchdown. Wow. Let's watch that one again. If you're a Bethlehem fan, you are going to like this one. Look at this. Bethlehem all over Washington County on this one.
Yeah, Hal, and just a great pass, and he was just wide open.
Long pass all the way down and caught easily in the end zone.
Yeah, beat the safety and just was wide open.
Thank you, Dr. John Isaacs, Dentistry, for your sponsorship of the instant replay. Wiegenhofer for the point after. Set, the kick is up, and that one is good and true, and another point for Bethlehem. Bethlehem 14, Washington County 0. We're going to take a timeout. High school football. It's a G&G production.
Hi, I am John Hayden. I am your candidate for mayor of Springfield. Many people have asked me why I want to run for mayor. After some thought, I realized that my purpose is I love to serve. I am a leader in the business world. I am a family man, a husband to my wife Rose, a father to 4 children, and my favorite of all, granddaddy to 5 little ones. I love to serve in the community, and I do it well. I feel that those things about my personality are a little of what I have to offer to the community that we all call home. I humbly ask for your vote in November and would love for you and your family to hop on our campaign trail with my family and I. Paid for by John C. Hayden for mayor.
Big time score for Bethlehem. How many yards was that there, Skinner?
29 yards, Hal, and they scored 2 touchdowns in 8 seconds.
Made it look easy. It's 14-0 Bethlehem.
I've got Cooper Stone 4 of 5 for 103 yards passing already now. Yeah.
Sarah Thurman is watching, and thank you for joining us tonight. Sarah, she does a great job as principal at Bethlehem. Several others, we appreciate it. As Olivia Goatley's now watching. Run by Washington County, nice run as they get it upfield to about the 35. Abel with a nice run, his first touch of the night.
Yeah, Hal ran it back up the middle and got it all the way out to the 34-yard line. Washington County has got good, or actually 33 is where they're marking it. Good starting field position for Washington County.
Bethlehem team will be about like a bunch of yellow jackets on you if you let them, won't they, Skinner? You got to stop them right now. Washington County needs to score desperately.
Exactly. They just can't move the ball. They've got to score.
Bo Baker on 1st and 10. Ball on the 33, incidentally. Baker the snap to give Furman. Left side. Boy, they're all over him now. That's about his third carry. He's just not getting any space.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to lose about 2 yards, Hal. And Washington County's run the ball 4 times, got negative 2 yards. And it's imperative that they run the ball today because if not, Bethlehem's offense is going to spend a lot of time out on the field.
Loss of 2. 2nd down 12. Baker. Tap. Back to throw. Over the head of Pettis. Incomplete.
Yeah, I think Bo rushed that a little bit, Hal B, and just overshot it a little bit. I don't think he got set good enough. Just overshot it.
Appreciate those tuning in this evening. If you could give us a thumbs up, a big heart, we'd appreciate it. By doing that, you're sharing a lot of appreciation for these young men playing ball, plus you're sharing our feed via your Facebook page. Thumbs up our heart, please, and show these kids how much we appreciate them. And thanks for tuning in. Back to action, Bo Baker over the right side. Complete at the 44. 45 down to the 50. Knocked out of bounds a little late, but still a gain of 17. Nice catch on the far side. That was Isaiah Mattingly with that. Is that the sophomore that came up with that?
Yes, sir. Number 4.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Nice. In a 17-yard gain. I think that's his first catch of the season.
It is his first catch of the season. He's out there, lines up on this side. Good catch.
Yeah, they needed that big time.
So here we go, first down on the 49. Over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Noah Reynolds, incomplete. He's second down.
Yeah, Bethlehem did a good job that time. Halby just backing up into the deep zone and just no room for Bo to get that pass in there. You know, Bethlehem is not big, Hal, but they've just got good-looking athletes all over the field. They all look like they can run, cover ground.
3 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Bo Baker with a shotgun-looking pass. Oh, has Popovich all over him, but gets away from him. Now they're all over him, and they catch Baker at the 45 for a loss.
Yeah, number 10, Hal. I don't have that.
Number 10, Garrett Lanham.
Lanham, yeah.
Play brings up third down for Washington County.
Another, actually looks like he lost about 3, Hal.
Yeah, loss on that one. Third down and 13. 5:30 to go in the first quarter of play. Bethlehem 14. Washington County 0. Your sale with hell. A household name. Score update. Here we go again. Third down long. Baker getting pressure. Runs out of it. Moves. Now passes. Wide open Reynolds. Reynolds at the 40. Gets the first down and stopped at the 39-yard line. Dr. Isaac's replay. A flag down the play. Skinner, but go ahead.
Yeah, Hal, just a nice job by Bo avoiding the rush. And then he did a good job not panicking, took his time, set his feet. Nice pass, and Noah Reynolds got the first down, waiting on seeing what the flag is. I saw a flag too, but they might have waved it off.
Face mask.
Yeah. Oh no, they're gonna mark it off.
5 yards, so it's unintentional, I guess.
5-yard penalty.
So 5-yard penalty.
On the end of the play. Ball spotted on the 30.
15-yard completion.
34-yard line, Skinner.
15-yard completion, Halby, plus 15 yards on the penalty.
Commanders moving downfield. Furman tries to lay his head down, but boy, Bethlehem has really had his number here tonight.
Yeah.
He might get a yard.
He might give him a yard. They're not moving the down and distance marker.
He has struggled in this first quarter.
Yeah, they're going to give him about a yard.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard.
But, you know, Washington County has got to keep running the ball. They got to figure it out somehow, and they've got to be able to run the ball some, because if not, you can already see the pressure they're getting on Bo Baker. If we can't run the ball, if Washington County can't run the ball, it's going to get even worse as the game goes on.
Spread all the way around. Baker out of the shotgun alone, looking to pass on 2nd and 9. Getting some pressure over the middle, complete to Pettis. Pettis goes down at the 25, but
I think it's going to be a little bit short.
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah. Well, let's see what they.
Gain of 9.
It's going to be a gain of 9.
So 3rd down. The first night we saw Furman run in that Thomas Nelson game, this would be his territory, that short 3rd and 1. He'd be one I'd look for, but boy, he's sure not coming out early with that confidence that I look at for him.
Yeah, and you know, this is only his 2nd game.
Yeah, trust me.
He missed the 3rd, so it might take,
I'm not going to be
him a game
critical.
or 2. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's hard to get changed.
Exactly.
Quick timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout. It's Bethlehem 14, Washington County 0. High school football, a G&G production.
50 years ago, Richard Nixon was the president and The Godfather was in theaters.
While a lot has changed in 50 years, one thing that has remained the same is the firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Since 1972, Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has been assisting the people of Central Kentucky in many areas of the law, including personal injury, domestic relations, real estate, and estate planning.
And call us at 859-336-3901 and let the reputable attorneys at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain work for you.
This is an advertisement.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Quick timeout on the field. 3:36 left to go in the first quarter of play. Bethlehem leading Washington County 14-0. Let's see if Washington County on this short yardage play, they're looking to pass.
Wasn't surprised if it wasn't a quarterback draw right here, Halby. Just try to get the first down.
Or they're going to try and pull them off, but I don't think they were able to. The old secret play, as Washington County would call it.
It's probably going to be on Washington County, unfortunately.
False start.
Yeah, man, that hurts when you're 3rd and 1, now 3rd and 6. Big difference, Hal.
Yeah, Washington County looking to try and draw Bethlehem off on that play, but won't work. So now you're looking at 3rd down and 6. On the 30. Same lineup, same formation. Trips to the right. Here's Baker. Standing on his own 35. Takes it. Oh,
there's nobody there, Hal.
Just came right through.
Yeah, they were going to try that, I thought, on 3rd and short, but, man, it was.
Land him on the stop.
Yeah, he just couldn't get anything going. It's going to be another loss.
Brings up 4th down.
I don't know. I think you got to just about go for this on this one, Skinner.
Washington County's running the ball 7 times. They've had 4 losses, 2 0 gains, and only 1 runner plays gain yards, and it was a 1-yard gain. So they have not been able to move the ball at all.
Parker Greer also on the stop that last time for Bethlehem. 4th down and 8. Here's Baker, always under pressure. Popovich got him. Fumbled. Washington County falls on it, boy. Nothing doing. But good play over there on the defense by Bethlehem. As Justin Popovich just came from, again, he's been giving Baker fits in this first quarter of play.
He has, Hal. He made some great plays on offense, but I think he's probably more valuable on defense because he's really lived in Washington County's backfield and gave Bo just not any time at all to set his feet and throw the ball. Hal, a real quick shout out tonight to Jonathan Mann that watches us almost every game, and also Coach Woodson. Coach Woodson, Washington County boys basketball coach, couldn't be here tonight, but said he is watching. So thank you, fellas, for tuning in.
If you get a chance, make sure to post a picture of you, do some selfies of watching the ball game tonight. We'd love to see it. Bethlehem and Washington County fans, post them on our Facebook page, and we'll talk about them here for a little bit. I'm sure Stephen Woodson's probably in his hot tub watching the ball game.
Got a quick score from
penalty. Go ahead.
I got a quick score, local interest. Louisville leads Central Florida 7-0, 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
And you found that on your phone?
Well, it blocked me. At first it blocked it, but I had to override it.
I thought you had that stuff screened for the University of Louisville, as adamant as you are about.
I had it blocked, but I hit the override button.
I'm proud of you giving the score update. Shows your professionalism. Loss of 5 on that, so we'll repeat first down. Give right side. That's Zane Wycliffe again. No, I'm saying correctly. Thornsberry on the carry on that.
That has a number, huh?
Yeah, dude. 24.
24.
Yeah. Thornsberry's a junior, too, Jimmy. His first carry tonight.
Ball spot on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he ended up getting, 5 yards back that they lost.
Hayden Osborne on the near side here with us. 2nd down. Yeah, they got that 5 back. Back to throw over the middle. It's complete. Osborne comes up with it for a first down. That was just a nice play. Let's watch it again.
Yeah, Hal.
What can you not like about that? Dr. Heiss' replay.
Just a nice route, nice catch. And this shows when you've got time to set your feet and throw, these quarterbacks nowadays can make big plays.
Shows you Cooper Stone.
Yeah, going to be about
just what kind of player he is. Yes, it does. Cooper Stone, plenty of time.
Oh,
it's picked off by Washington County. Look, that's Pettis on the far side. Down the field he'll go. 50, 45, all the way out. No Reynolds on that.
Yeah, Hal. He made a great play on the ball, yeah. Just watch him where he comes from a safety position and just times it perfectly. Just cut in front of the receiver, made a great pick. And then a nice return down the sideline to get it down to about the 43-yard line of Bethlehem.
Did our numbers right, and again, that is Noah Reynolds up there to pick that one off and take it in. Nice interception. Puts Washington County in great position here. Washington County trailing Bethlehem 14-0 with 2:05 remaining in the first quarter of play. So Baker goes back to work on the offense. The fake, the pass, the catch. Far
nice
side
move
40
by Abel.
down to the 35. Abel with a great catch. Camden
nice.
Abel.
Going to end up being about a 7-yard gain.
Gain of 7 on the play brings up second down.
So it's a gain of 7.
Yeah, how he did a great
Second
job.
down.
Looked like he was going to lose 2 or 3 yards, and he just beat that one man that you need to beat, and then got around the side and ended up getting about a 7-yard gain.
Sure did a nice job. So second down and 3. Washington County on the Bethlehem 37. Baker takes the snap again, back to throw, getting pressure. Now he'll air it out. Has an open receiver, hits him at the 10, to the 5. Breaking loose, that's Pettis at the 3. Pettis still on his feet.
Wow, Hal,
Gets
what an
down
effort.
to the 3.
What an effort, Hal B.
Watch this again.
34-yard gain on that.
Jack Pettis with the catch. Look at him there. Look at him after the catch.
Yeah, look at that. Hit right there. Another guy hits him. Got his jersey, breaks loose. Gets hit a third time. Great job.
Dr. Isaac's Industry, Springfield. First and goal on the 5.
And how not to forget what a good pass it was. Baker just threaded that in there perfectly.
Indeed. On the give, here we go, right side. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington County.
Yeah, that was Furman on that, Hal.
It sure was.
Good block at that time. And
Kayon Furman
yes,
with the run.
Just a nice little stretch play, and he cut it up in there, found a gap. Big score by Washington County.
Jillian Hammis to attempt the extra point.
Julian Hammis with the kick. Reynolds with the hold. Set, kick is up. No good. Bethlehem got a hand on it. 46 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Bethlehem 14, Washington County 6. Back after this, high school football, a G&G production.
Now, if you don't have time to go to the grocery store, the great news is you can get quality beef delivered right to your front door from Rising Sons Beef. Rising Sons Beef is bred, born, and raised by the Settles, 4th and 5th generation farmers in Springfield. You can get Rising Sons antibiotic, steroid, and hormone-free beef delivered by the piece, package, or half cow. Buy a local Kentucky Proud product with Rising Sons Beef. Go to risingsonsbeef.com on the web or call 859-481-3216. Rising Sons Beef, full of flavor and fork tender.
Washington County football is brought to you by the Springfield Presbyterian Church. As a family of believers, our purpose is to glorify God by loving Him, loving each other, growing in Christ-likeness, and making Jesus Christ known in word and deed. Springfield Presbyterian Church, 140 East Main Street, Springfield, Kentucky, or contact Reverend Clay Stevens at 859-481-6105.
Back again here at the Minute R. Lewis Field. How good, Jimmy Wethington. 14-6. Commanders get on the board.
Yeah, Hal, and big turnaround too. Looked like Bethlehem was going to go down and score again, and almost surely put this game away. Big pickoff and a nice drive by Washington County to get within 14-6.
That's going to pick it up 25-30, 35-40 down the 43-yard line. 18-yard return. Lanham with the return on that, I believe. Lee wears number 80. I stand corrected. Kyler DeVal wears number 80. The junior for Bethlehem. So Bethlehem back out there, and this Bethlehem offense has looked really good in this first quarter play. They look good.
I think Washington County is going to need a couple of more turnovers, to slow down this Bethlehem team some, because They've just got a lot of weapons out there.
Back to go Bethlehem. First down. Pass downfield incomplete.
Incomplete pass. No Reynolds on the coverage.
Reynolds,
playing
man,
well
he's
back
playing
there.
really good coverage back there.
Isaiah Ballard brings up second down.
Cooper Stone. I know his junior year was just a super one for Bethlehem.
Yeah.
And he's off to a good year now. 2-1.
Yeah,
Go make some noise again in single A.
Yeah, how? And like I said, coming into the game, he was the leading passer in single A.
Snap.
Screen.
Nice little play. Catch over there by Bethlehem. Upfield we go with Whitcliffe, and away he goes. 40, 30, down to inside that 25.
I think we're going to have an ineligible receiver downfield. So the call is going to be Hal.
I thought I was going to guess
Not
hold,
sure,
but
that's
you're
what
probably
I think,
right.
Yeah, where the flag was. So that's going to come back. Man, Wycliffe, he could have cut down the sideline, but it's going to be a hold.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the
Yeah.
foul. Replay. Second down.
A big break for Washington County. I was going to say Wycliffe could have cut down the sideline, probably scored, but he was looking for somebody to run over.
Yeah, he gets rolling. It's it's a runaway train. So that'll bring it back for Bethlehem.
Yeah, it's going to be a net about a 3-yard loss. So it's going to be second down and 13. Not sure what down it was, Hal.
Here we go on second down. A little movement on Washington County side. They thought they'd draw him off, but Stone has to go back. Not much time left, but he'll take the snap. Back to throw off the left-hand side,
play.
complete. Got it to Hayden Osborne, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. First quarter complete here at Washington County High School. Your score is Bethlehem 14, Washington County 6. High school football. It's a G&G production.
Let me take just a second to tell you about Beach Fork. If you like sporting clays, guided hunts, and lodging, well, Beach Fork Outdoors is ready for you. They're located amidst the beautiful rolling hills of Springfield, Kentucky, in the heart of the Bourbon Trail. The Sporting Clays course exhibits scenery unlike any other. With 12 stations, the Upland Bird Hunting Package offers a vast acreage of well-maintained food plots. The Parlor is our lodge. It offers hearty southern home-cooked meals and a private living suite with breathtaking views. Beach Fork Outdoors, 2938 Macville Road in Springfield, or call 859-481-5310.
The following is a paid advertisement.
The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon. Ms. McCauley handles cases in many areas in law, including DUI, DWI, divorce and family law, employee rights, real estate, wills and estates. The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located in Lebanon at 144 West Main Street, or you may call her office today for an appointment at 270-692-0684.
First quarter complete here at Washington County High School at the B&R Lewis Field. How good, Jimmy Wethington on hand. 14-6. Bethlehem with the lead. 3rd and 7 for the Eagles of Bethlehem. Give to Wycliffe on the right side. Away he goes, Jimmy. 50, 49 to the 45-yard line. I think he's going to get the first down.
Yeah, he's going to end up getting about 10.
Bird on the stop.
How he's got that running style that you love in a running back. He stays low. He's bent over. It's hard to get to his legs. Just a nice-looking running back.
1st and 10 on the 45. Pass back, looking off the right side for Osborne. No good.
Flag.
Was there a flag down on him?
Yeah, but it's going to be interference. Yeah, he grabbed him.
He looked like he was pulled in there pretty good. Osborne, very savvy ball player, able to get in there, but too much on that one.
Yeah, Hal, and their wide receivers are just quite a bit taller than Washington County's corners, and they're just picking on them. When we've had Abel and Reynolds back there, in coverage, they've done a good job, but these other corners are just not as tall, and they're just throwing it up high, and they're having a hard time, when it's a jump ball situation, stopping the play. That's going to be an automatic first down.
Pass interference on the Commanders. Want to remind you, a week from tonight, we go to the John J. Boswell Field. Marion County and Washington County. It's the border war. Don't worry about records. It doesn't matter. When these teams get together, it just matters that there's a lot of competition.
Going to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker. There you go. I was wondering what I was going to call it. Look at Wycliffe on 1st and 10. High steps in the middle to the 25-yard line.
Little draw play, how be on that. Ended up gaining about 7 yards.
Kind of reminds me of Herschel Walker, the way he runs through there in his college days.
You hear coaches all the time talk about body lean when they're evaluating recruiting in high school and in the NFL, and he's got that body lean.
He does.
His body's forward, and you can't get to their legs or their waist at
I'll
times.
tell you who really reminds me of him just a second. 2nd down 3, gain of 7. Here he goes again off the left side. And then lays his head down, gets the first down.
He ain't afraid to run over
about
nobody.
4 or 5 more. He's tough. A little bit of Derek Homer. Now, Homer was faster, but watching as he, especially if he's in a lot of traffic and trying to make his way through the middle of a lot of defense.
Yeah.
That 2 plays ago, he was high-stepping through there.
Yeah.
First down, 1st and 10. On the 16, so they're in the red zone. Stone changing the play. Stone again. Looking. Calls it. Back to throw. Pass right side complete. That's Osborne. Osborne gets it 10. Headed to the 8. He got to the 6. Baker on the stop.
Yeah, it's going to be close to a first down. Now.
He's close to it.
Yeah, they're going to give him looks like 7 yards.
Oh, yeah, they stopped that ball way before I thought it made it. They stopped it on the 8. 2nd down and 2. Second down and 2. Ball on the 8. 9:56 to go in the first half. One wide out, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, I should say. Wycliffe gets it. Off the left side, hitting the belly. He might have got a couple yards.
Too, yeah.
He might have got that first down, but it's going to be close.
They're going to give him first down.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, so make it first and go.
First and go. So we'll mark it on the 5-yard line. So first down, Bethlehem. Bethlehem on first down. First and goal on the 5. Snap. The pass looking end zone.
Oh,
it's going to
be off. Did he catch it?
No, he couldn't catch it just over Popovich's head.
I thought he pushed off. I thought that should have been offensive pass interference. Looked like he just shoved a Washington County defender. But, it was on the far side of the field, but it looked like he extended those arms and just shoved it.
No flag. 2nd down and goal on the 5.
They're going to have to
14-6, your Selwyn score.
They're going to have to slide a safety over there on that side of the field because he's got such a big advantage height-wise. He's probably 4, 5, 6 inches taller.
There's the snap. The fake, the pass. Wycliffe got the space.
Oh, man.
He just jogs into the end.
Yeah, that was
nobody really gave me any pressure. 5 yards out, Wycliffe with the score. Makes it 20-6 Bethlehem. So if we come out, we'll go for the point after. With 9:22 remaining in the second quarter of play. Bethlehem. The snap, the kick is up, and wow. No problem on this one. Up and good. So 9:22 to go in the first half. Bethlehem 21, Washington County 6. High school football. It's a G&G production.
I've always had a heart for the community. I grew up in Springfield. I currently serve as one of your Springfield City Councilmen. As owner of Snappy Tomato Pizza, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce where I have been recognized for several civic awards. Besides City Council, all the boards I sit on and the support I give to our community is on a volunteer basis. I have a heart of a servant, and I want to serve you even more as the next mayor of Springfield. I'm a community volunteer, a dedicated, loyal, and honest leader with no self-agenda. Because experience matters, integrity counts. I humbly ask you now for your vote. Chris Essex for Mayor of Springfield. This ad paid for by Essex for Mayor.
5-yard run by Zane Wycliffe. Extra point good. 21-6. It's all Bethlehem, Skinner.
Yeah, and how this Bethlehem offense looks like a machine out here. They're everything they do, running the ball, stretch plays, inside, wide receiver screens, running back screens, throwing the ball deep. They've just got a lot of weapons. And with the Cooper Stone's ability back there, they can do a lot of things offensively.
Bethlehem will kick it off again. Washington County back them up, and I don't know what I don't know what was going on, but player comes up with it the way he goes finally.
I think
gets up
Abel,
to the 15 to 20. Abel came up with it, but I thought he was going to maybe go. I thought he was going to take it down on it, but he couldn't.
He was looking at the
5.
official. I thought he was in the end zone, and if it crosses the plane of the goal line in high school, it's automatically dead ball.
I don't think he was.
Yeah. Was
he in the end zone?
His foot was, but I don't know if the ball was. But he looked at the official, and the official didn't make no call, so he had to run it. You know, he didn't
got
have
to
the
the
option.
12.
Yeah, you can't go back if you're in the field of play.
Right.
You can't go back into the end zone. Yeah.
So 1st and 10.
So Washington County's got a long field to work
long
with.
road to hoe, as they say. 1st and 10 on the 12, upfield with the Commanders. First down, Baker. Rolls to the left, looking to pass. He's under pressure, gets the pass off with time running off. Or on him anyway.
I think it was Smurfett.
So Smurfett's the one to come up with the ball. Up the field, he'll go to about the 20.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 6-yard gain. That's Nick's first reception of the night.
Baker almost got to the line of scrimmage, I was trying to say a moment ago.
He's been really accurate tonight. He'll be 8 of 11 so far for Bo Baker. That first quarter, I think, is one of the better quarters I've seen him play this year.
Really nice. 2nd down and 4. Pass off the left side, incomplete.
I think his blocker either run in front of him and tripped him or got shoved back into him, and he went down.
We continue to receiver Jack Pettis.
Yeah.
He couldn't come up with it. It's 3rd down and 4. Third and 4 on the 18.
Now, into the first quarter, Louisville 7, Central Florida 7.
Washington County. Line up on 3rd and 4. Baker takes it, gives it. Furman.
Nice run by Furman. Nice cut up.
Maybe
just
a yard
outside
on that
zone.
one.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, they're going to give him just about a yard or so. He got less than I thought he did.
Yeah, Washington's had to punt away.
Yeah, Hal, and it's probably Bethlehem's going to take this ball on the Washington County side of the field. So, man, we're in danger zone right here.
No
with the
question.
score. Yeah.
On a 4th down and 3. Ball on the 19. Baker to do the punting. High snap. Gets rid of it. Nice punt.
high kick, yeah.
Very nice one.
Takes a Bethlehem bounce.
Bethlehem let the ball hit the ground and bounce. 45, 46, to about the 47-yard line.
You're going to be about a 27, 28-yard punt out, no gain.
So 7:45 to go in the first half of play. It is Bethlehem 21. Washington County 6.
Yeah, howbeit if Bethlehem drives down and scores right here, man, it's going to put Washington County in a big bind. That score
Scores off a little
yeah,
bit
it's
down
21 to 6. It says 21.
Yeah, 21 to 10 there. That's not right.
Yeah.
Snap. Back to throw.
He's going deep.
Oh,
again.
he is. Look at him. He's got open receiver.
Oh,
Hits
and he's
him.
wide
Oh,
open.
my gosh. Into the end zone, too.
Yeah, that was
Touchdown.
that Osborne.
Let's watch that one again. 47 yards. Osborne comes up with it. And watch him. Getting great pass. I'm going to tell you, Cooperstone really looking good. And Osborne made it look easy. 27-6.
Yeah, Hal. And like I said, they've just got so many weapons. And, I think the reason why their offense is as good as it is, I think it starts at Cooperstone because he can throw the deep pass, he can throw the short pass, he's throwing screens. And, man, he's got athletes out there, and he just throws it to them, and they run out there and hit it. He's really accurate.
Your score, Bethlehem 27, Washington County 6. High school football, G&G production.
In 1937, community leaders from Bullitt, Nelson, Spencer, and Washington counties came together to form one of the earliest electric co-ops in Kentucky, Salt River Electric, celebrating 85 years in 2022. Throughout their anniversary year, they'll be celebrating the legacy of rural electricity and want their members to join in as they give away an $85 bill credit each month this year. Go to srelectric.com and enter into their $85 for 85 years giveaway today. srelectric.com/85FOR85. Washington County Football is brought to you by the Springfield Presbyterian Church. As a family of believers, our purpose is to glorify God by loving Him, loving each other, growing in Christ-likeness, and making Jesus Christ known in word and deed. Springfield Presbyterian Church, 140 East Main Street, Springfield, Kentucky, or contact Reverend Clay Stevens at 859-481-6105.
28-6. Bethlehem leading Washington County, and Washington County will come up with it. It'll be kicked in the end zone over the head of Washington County, and they'll come out first and 10 on the 20. Here's a score update for you, Skinner. It is Marion County down 15, it's Marion County down 15-0 in the second quarter of play to Nelson County.
Yeah, and
Jim Reed, thank you for sending me that.
We saw that Nelson County team the first game of the year, and we both said that was a different Nelson County team than what we've seen in the last 3, 4, 5 years.
No question. It'll be a tough night, but still a lot of ball game to go. First and 10, ball on the 20. Here's Baker. Back to work. Fake. Pass. Incomplete.
Now, how in that time, Bo just
tended to pass.
Was getting some pressure, just couldn't set his feet again. When he can set his feet, he's really accurate. And that time, he was just back paddling because he was getting pressure and just left it short. And, there's not a lot he can do. If he can't set his feet, it's hard to throw an accurate ball.
Second down and 10. Ball still on that 20-yard line. 28-6. Sell with Hill scoreboard. Pass. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Give Baker.
Intended receipt.
Off the right side.
Brings up third down.
Score update. Yeah, minute 37 to half. I'd say Nelson 15, Washington County 0.
Yeah, and Washington County.
Maybe that is 15 what GM had sent me. I thought you said. So there you go.
How
I did say Washington. I apologize. It's Marion and Nelson. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Let me make sure I get that right. It's Nelson County 15, Marion County 0. Second quarter of play from Marion County High School. There you go.
And how Washington County's right in the position they didn't want to be in, where they were having to throw the ball almost every play because they're down 28-6.
Well, and
playing right into Bethlehem's hands.
And now it's fourth down.
Yeah.
You got to get the ball back up again.
If you want to get back in the game, you got to do it. But it's exactly what Bethlehem wants you to do. Be one-dimensional. Now they can just back up, play zone and deep zone, and that's what they're doing.
We'll punt it away, and Wycliffe looked like he was going to take it and run with it.
Yeah, I think he signaled fair catch.
Signal fair catch. But he's still in great field position on the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I wonder if that was not partially blocked. It just didn't come off the Baker's leg like his punts normally do. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Bethlehem didn't get a paw on that kick.
7:13 to go. Well, Bethlehem has been scoring at will. They can score not only again, but a couple times in 7 minutes. There's a snap. Give over on the right side. Away we go. Still downfield 30, down to the 25-yard line with that run.
Was that Will Ray?
Yeah. Ray, the junior. 16 yards on that.
Yeah, Hal, just a little jet sweep. And, again, just another good-looking player for Bethlehem. Make a nice play. Gets Bethlehem down inside or right at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw on first down, looking end zone over the middle.
That's going to be interference.
But that'll be interference because.
Yeah, he hit him right before the ball got there, Hal.
Yeah, for Washington County out there. I think that was Mattingly.
Yep.
Is that Mattingly back on the defense?
I think it was. Or I think it was Camden Abel, but I'm not sure. Who it was Mattingly. Good call on that, Hal. I couldn't see the number, but I thought he was playing safety over there. But, he made a nice break to the ball, but just got there just right before the ball did.
Pass interference against Washington County.
Washington County, pass interference.
Automatic first down.
That's
15 yards, automatic first.
Going to put him at, the 12, 13-yard line?
Correction.
Put him way in that red zone.
Distance to the goal.
Oh, half the distance to the goal.
12-yard line.
Put it on the 12. So 1st and 10 on the 12. Here we go with Wycliffe. And look at him go. Oh, nice little hop. Into the end zone touchdown. Let's watch that one more time. Because I want to see you. Watch you make this hop.
Yeah, watch how powerful his legs
are.
and how
he's just
hard,
so strong.
Yeah, how hard it is to get to his legs. He's got that lean right there, and look at him. Look at those legs churn. Yep.
I'm telling you.
Man, nice run.
Can he play at that next level?
I'm a bad judge at that, but he's awful good at this level.
Let's talk about it. I mean, that next level could be a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it depends on what you're talking about, next level. Camelsville.
I mean, yeah.
Georgetown.
Well, sure.
Yeah. More, surely he could.
Oh, I would think
run like that. I think he could find a place somewhere. Some level. Yeah.
Point up and good, and just like that. Bethlehem off to the races. Bethlehem 35, Washington County 6. 6:41 to go in this first half. High school football, a G&G production.
At Stewart Powell Ford in Danville, you want your next car buying experience to go smoothly, and so do we. Our warm and welcoming hometown showroom in Danville is where our veteran staff of 20-plus years gives new meaning to the phrase, the Stewart Powell family. We proudly serve the entire state of Kentucky, so visit Stewart Powell and discover car shopping the easy way. And check out our world-class service department. Our easy plan doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. We stand behind your new Ford every step of the way. Stewart Powell Ford, 225 South Danville Bypass in Danville.
35-6. Bethlehem leading Washington County with 6:40 to go in the first half of play. Hal Good, Jimmy Wethington, we're giving you the play-by-play and the call this evening. John Graves will be joining us at the half for a look at this first half, which, quite frankly, has belonged to the Eagles. Man, they've done it all.
Yeah, how nice. Like I said, just a really nice-looking team. Well coached. Got a lot of really good players out there, Hal.
Hard kick taken by Washington County at the 5 to the 9, close to the 10. Now trying to backpedal and push back. Washington County just trying to push that ball forward. And Abel with it.
I don't know if he got outside the 10.
I think he's still in single digits.
Yeah, they're marking him back about the 8.
See how far he got.
Looks like they're marking him about the 8, Hal. Got an update again. 11:31 left in the second. Louisville 7, Central Florida 14. Big game for Scott Satterfield at Louisville, Hal. I think he really, really got to win this one to keep Louisville's
So what's
fans.
your crystal ball tell you about Kentucky and Florida?
I like my Cats. I like my Cats.
You don't care who they're playing.
No, if it was Alabama, I'd pick Alabama.
Now, would you?
No, of
Here
course.
we go on first down. Washington County off the left side. Furman.
Yeah, nice. Furman gained about 7 or 8.
I think he got a first down.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more. Let's see where
they're going to mark him 5-yard gain. I thought he gained a lot more than that.
Oh, wow. I thought he was out there a lot closer. Put it on the 14.
Yeah.
Second down and 3.
Starting to run a little bit of ball. Furman is a little better, so hopefully they can crank that running game up some.
The pass, the catch on the far left-hand side, complete.
I think that was Pettis, Al.
Jack Pettis comes up with a little juke move down that left side, gets about 6 yards, but yellow flag down the play.
I don't like the way Bo Baker's looking. I think this is going to go against Washington County.
Yeah, not where you want to be.
I think they're looking like Washington County's not happy. I hope I'm wrong, but the way Washington County players reacted, I thought it was, no, they're going to mark it on Bethlehem.
They are. Face mask. Ooh. Puts it up to the 25.
And the way Washington County players looked, they looked like they were upset, thinking it was on them.
First and 10. Washington County on the Bethlehem 25, on their own 25, excuse me, and here they go, off the left side. Again, Furman gets 1.
Yeah,
he's not getting those big yards that he got there before.
If anybody's questioning why Washington County is running the ball down 35-6, you got to keep doing it. I mean, do you want to get beat 80-6, or try to work on it? You got to get that running game going. If not for tonight, for next week and the week after. So.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. First and 9. Still first down. That's to do it on that one.
Yeah, that's going to be
Bo
about
Baker
a
tried to hang
3-yard
on
loss.
to it, but he's going to lose yardage on that one.
Yeah, and he's just been under pressure all night now.
Heady on the stop.
That's the 4th sack by what I showed by Bethlehem tonight.
Heady on the stop for Bethlehem. Third down and 11. Ball on the 24.
If nothing
of
else,
Washington County.
they really need to run this clock out, if they can.
Third down. The snap. Baker back to throw. Over the middle, it's going to be picked off. Oh, big catch in there by Nicholas Osborne. Here he goes down the left side. Osborne still on his feet. Gets down the
still
field.
going,
He's
Al.
still going. Finally knocked out of bounds. Still going.
I think he's
I think he's going to get in there.
Yeah.
Did they get him outside?
I haven't seen the quarterback.
I have not
the
seen
White
any
hat signal touchdown yet. So.
I believe he made it in there just by pushing.
Yep, there
his
they
way
go.
down.
They signaled touchdown. I think he was just waiting to see if.
Now that was just pure
he ran out.
Work by Osborne.
Return for a touchdown by Nick Osborne. And a wicket hopper to attempt the extra point.
41-6. All Bethlehem.
You're looking at a running clock now.
Oh, yeah.
Rest of the
Wicket
game.
hopper. Kick up. The kick's good. 4:15 to go in the first half. Bethlehem 42, Washington County 6. Back after this timeout. High school football. That's a G&G production.
At Maywood, we want to highlight a great course with wonderful food so you can enjoy the entire experience. If you don't play golf, stop by and try the best hot brown around or our signature cowboy burger. You can experience a private club feel that is open to everyone. Memberships available with a full schedule of events throughout the year. We have a full bourbon bar. Family carryout meals make life simple for the busy family. We are now open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Maywood Country Club, 130 Maywood Avenue, Bardstown, 502-348-6600.
Jack Pettis back for Washington County. Also, Coulter back for the Commanders. He'll be wearing number 3 back there. 42-6. Bethlehem all over Washington County. Washington County taking it at the 5, 10, up to the 15. Flag down the play. 24 down to 25. Pettit's on the return incident.
More than likely, that's going to be an illegal block. Hal.
At the half in Marion County, Skinner, it's Nelson County 15, Marion County 0. Thank you, Jim Reed.
That game is not by any means over with. Marion County still got a chance.
No. What's going to happen in this game is going to be a face-off with the clock. Bethlehem has been scoring at will. Yeah. And now you're just going to have to try and make something happen. And a lot of the stuff you're trying to make happen with Furman. It just takes some time to make that happen.
Yeah, Hal, like I said,
tonight.
This is his second game here at Washington County. And it's just going to take some time for him to get up to speed. But you got to work. You got to have a running game in high school. They got to work on it. And, even if it's the rest of this game, they've got to come up with a running game before next week.
Snapping the give straight up the middle of the goal. Smurfett with the carry.
About a 5-yard gain.
17, 18-yard line. Gained about 5.
Now I'm going to have stats at halftime. We got a new member of our team over here. Mr. Tommy Bruner is over here doing our stats.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Well, we welcome him.
He looks like he's doing a really good job. He's got my numbers everywhere, every corner, every square. So it's a good stats guy when he's got stuff like that.
Yeah, now Skinner, you can't bring anybody any smarter than us in here now because that makes us look bad.
That's going to be.
Looks like
it's going to be hard not to bring somebody in here that ain't smarter than us.
You're not working hard enough on that,
We're going to have to go down to middle school and find somebody.
Down to 4. Why didn't you invite Hunter to here tonight? I'd have brought Hunter with me if we thought we needed somebody to keep stats.
He probably picked Florida to win the game.
You didn't know you were going to bring Einstein with you. Here we are. Remember that. That's rule number 1. We welcome him. We welcome him. I'll let you and him lead us through the half, and looking forward to it.
I'm going to have to look long and hard to find somebody.
That's what I've always been told, Don't leave your job for vacation. Let somebody better than you fill it. Your desk will be out back when you get home. 3rd down and 4. No band at the half. So we'll get caught up on some plays for you. Just want to let you know we always like to carry the band for you. So we'll be able to get you caught up. But our understanding is they're not going to play. They're going to practice, I think, is the case maybe. So. But they are over there. But nevertheless, we wish them luck in their preparations. But just want to let our viewers know that no band at the half. Fourth down and 4. On the 17. Offsides.
That's going to be offside.
Oh, they backed up.
Yeah. Timeout, Washington County.
Timeout, Washington County. We'll take a timeout, too. 1:24 to go in the first half. 42-6 Bethlehem. High school football, G&G production.
A G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Now's the time to make that dream a reality. Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Bluegrass, 270-402-4036. Call or text Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Snap, snap. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
Washington County have punted away. on 4th and 4. A 20-yard punt by Bo Baker. So on the 36-yard line, they'll spot it. And really, a minute 14 to go, we can see a Bethlehem team. This Bethlehem team score again.
Yeah, how they could. And if they do, man, 49 points in one half. Ooh.
Let me stand corrected. Coming up at the half, we will have some of the band. I said they were going to be out there practicing. That's not necessarily the case. They're going to be playing. So we're going to be able to get some of the band, and we will get what you need. But we'll also have some updates for you at the half. So glad to be able to do that for you here at G&G Productions. Wycliffe off the left side. Oh, they are still running hard. 35-yard line, maybe.
1 yard line.
I'll get it all straightened out for you at some point in time. We appreciate everybody listening. Give us a big thumbs up as we go in at the half, and let's see if we can get some other folks to watch our halftime show that's coming up. Brought to you by the Springfield State Bank. There's a snap. Wycliffe again on the run. Look at him stretch out all that right side.
Man, he's so patient.
He just gets in there to the 20, to the 16. I bet they'll call a timeout.
Yeah, and look how he had two blockers 15 yards downfield.
They sure
I don't
did.
know, the clock's going to stop. No?
No.
Yeah, running clock, I guess.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You can only stop it with a timeout.
Ball spotted on the 16-yard line.
So, yeah, they're just going to let it run through. 9 seconds to go. Wycliffe again. Oh, look at him off the right side. He's only got a couple to beat to get in.
He might get in, Hal.
Oh, he's still on his feet.
No,
I don't
he's
think
just
he got
short.
in.
Yeah, just short.
Stopped at the 1. So, first half complete. Your halftime score is Bethlehem 42, Washington County 6. Keep it right here. The Springfield State Bank halftime report's coming up. We'll have Jimmy Wethington take a look at some of your stats. Also at the half, some of the segments of the Washington County Commander Marching Band will be in the background. We'll have a little bit of that for you as well. All that at the half, which is coming up in a moment as high school football. It's a G&G production.
At Farmers National Bank in Lebanon, we'd like to say, wow! Wow! Thank you for voting us the best bank in Marion County, the best checking and savings in Marion County, the best loans and lending in Marion County, the best mortgages in Marion County, the best customer service in Marion County, and the one we're proud of, the best place to work in Marion County. Farmers National Bank, we're here for you. Farmers National Bank, 136 West Main Street in Lebanon and 2160 Campbellsville Highway. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC. It's a Kentucky fall tradition, the 53rd annual Marion County Country Ham Days, which will be held on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th in downtown Lebanon. It's a full weekend of fun, including great music, 2 hot air balloon events, a carnival, kids zone, arts and crafts, a huge parade, classic car and truck and motorcycle show, one of the largest 5K runs in Kentucky, and of course, it's our famous Ham Days Breakfast. Marion County Country Ham Days in downtown Lebanon. Look for us online at hamdays.com.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, a farm, or a business, Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will give you individual service and a taste of Southern hospitality. Mark your calendar now for the Divine Family Farm Absolute Auction at 3560 Highway 433 in Willisburg, Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will sell at Absolute Public Auction this beautiful farm in 7 tracts. The Divine Family Farm is 161.2 plus acres divided into 7 tracts. It will sell at Absolute Auction Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale, a house sold name.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at Washington County High School, John Graves coming in, and I'll run the halftime festivities here. Jimmy Weathington's getting some stats. We got a nice side shot of his head. 42-6 is your halftime score. Band setting up on the field as they're getting ready to do their performances next week. As they're going to travel to Taylor County. Jimmy's not quite ready. We're going to kick it back to. We're going to be back in just a moment. High school football, a G&G production.
I've always had a heart for the community. I grew up in Springfield. I currently serve as one of your Springfield City Councilmen. As owner of Snappy Tomato Pizza, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, where I have been recognized for several civic awards. Besides City Council, all the boards I sit on and the support I give to our community is on a volunteer basis. I have a heart of a servant, and I want to serve you even more as the next mayor of Springfield. I'm a community volunteer, a dedicated, loyal, and honest leader with no self-agenda. Because experience matters, integrity counts. I humbly ask you now for your vote. Chris Essex for Mayor of Springfield. This ad paid for by Essex for Mayor.
Back here at Bennett R. Lewis Field, John Graves. Now Jimmy Weathington's with me. Jimmy, you got a little stats for me? You want to go through that as the band gets ready?
Yes, sir, John Graves. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to our new stats guy, Tommy Bruner. Doing a great job, taking a lot of pressure off of me, and they're probably a lot more accurate.
We'd round up.
Yeah. First half, Bethlehem ran the ball for 91 yards, passed it for 111, and 4 touchdowns passing, 202 total yards. Washington County was a little bit better than I thought, especially on the passing. Rushing was not good at all. Only 21 yards rushing for Washington County, 119 passing, 139 total yards. Just been total dominance by a really, really good Bethlehem team.
And Bethlehem always comes in, and they're very disciplined. You know, they don't have a lot of kids on the sidelines, but the kids that they get and the kids that they have out there, they really make it count, Jimmy. So hats off to Bethlehem. They've just kind of put it to Washington County tonight.
Yeah, and I think they beat them last year pretty bad too. I think it was like 49-0 or something like that last year.
We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, and me and Hal talked about it before the game. This just isn't a good team. It's a good program. They're set up to be good for several years.
Well, they won a regional championship last year and played semifinals of the state, I think.
And I didn't see them last year, but if they were better last year than they are this year, then they were really good because they're really good.
Really good line up front last year.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see. What's the band doing? They're still setting up. All right, so let's take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we'll listen to a little band. Then we're going to play our hat game. We're gonna let him put on the hats. We got them. We're gonna use them. Back in a moment.
They're blue.
G&G production.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
Welcome to the heart of Kentucky and the Lebanon-Marion County Industrial Foundation, where they have a tremendous workforce. Jobs available in Marion County. Now hiring. TG Kentucky is now hiring. Second and third shift team members are now needed. Look at these exciting benefits. Come grow with us. TG Kentucky is hiring. Welcome to the heart of Kentucky. The Lebanon-Marion County Industrial Foundation are here for you. Find them online at marioncountyky.com.
Back here at Washington County High School, John Graves, number 3, with Jimmy Weathington, number 2. Jimmy, let's take a little sneak peek of the band. We can't show all of it. Let's show a piece of it. Your Washington County High School marching band. Jimmy, we're going to take our final break, and then we're going to play hats, and we're going to let you play coach. Back in a moment at Washington High School.
In 1937, community leaders from Bullitt, Nelson, Spencer, and Washington counties came together to form one of the earliest electric co-ops in Kentucky, Salt River Electric, celebrating 85 years in 2022. Throughout their anniversary year, they'll be celebrating the legacy of rural electricity and want their members to join in as they give away an $85 bill credit each month this year. Go to srelectric.com and enter into their $85 for 85 years giveaway today. srelectric.com/85FOR85.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Back here at Washington County High School for the conclusion of the band's performance. Their Springfield State Bank halftime show. Big round of applause for our band. Jimmy, they always do such a great job.
When I played at Washington County, when I played at Marion County, 75, 76, 77, always jealous of the band. Always jealous of them. They got to go out on the field, and I didn't.
75, 76, 77. I was born in 79, so we'll clean that one up. So, all right.
Still a young pup.
That's look at this. My beard differs. All right. Let's show the Bethlehem hat first.
All right.
Bethlehem coach, I won't put it on you. I know that blue itches, but you are Brian Walker, and at halftime, what are you telling your team?
Starters, you're out. Subs, you're in. Yeah, I don't want to get anybody hurt, and all these coaches know each other. They want to beat each other, but they don't want to embarrass the other team.
I agree.
So I think he's going to play his backups for most of the second half, if not all, and just try to run the game out and not keep anybody from getting hurt.
All right, I'm going to put this one. Let's get you on this one.
All right.
That one fits a little bit. That looks photoshopped.
If I'm Eric Sagracy, I'm telling the kids, all right, now we're playing for next week. We got a big game coming up next week. It's the border war. Marion County's improved, so we're going to go out there and we're going to start preparing for next week, this half. What we're going to do is what we're going to plan on doing next week against Marion County, and try to see what works and see what doesn't work.
What was the last score we got on that Marion Nelson game? Was it 15-0 at half?
15-0 at half.
And that was Nelson County up 15-0.
Yeah, Nelson was up 15-0.
All right. Well, gut check time for Washington County, right?
I think
there's
so.
a little pride on this one.
Yeah, I think so too. I think anytime you're down this much, I think you find out which kids want to play and which kids don't. I think in the second half, the ones that love the game, want to play, they'll go out there and give you everything they got. The ones that won't, you'll find out, they won't give you everything they've got. And like I said, got a big game coming up next week. It's big to everybody in both communities. It's for some of us, game of the year, And so
we're going to take our last timeout, and then we're going to bring you the second half. This has been your Springfield State Bank halftime report. John Graves, Jimmy Wethington, back in a moment. Washington County football, Bethlehem football, a G&G production.
Hi, I am John Hayden. I am your candidate for mayor of Springfield. Many people have asked me why I want to run for mayor. After some thought, I realized that my purpose is I love to serve. I am a leader in the business world. I am a family man, a husband to my wife Rose, a father to 4 children, and my favorite of all, granddaddy to 5 little ones. I love to serve in the community, and I do it well. I feel that those things about my personality are a little of what I have to offer to the community that we all call home. I humbly ask for your vote in November and would love for you and your family to hop on our campaign trail with my family and I. Paid for by John C. Hayden for mayor.
50 years ago, Richard Nixon was the president and The Godfather was in theaters.
While a lot has changed in 50 years, one thing that has remained the same is the firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Since 1972, Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has been assisting the people of Central Kentucky in many areas of the law, including personal injury, domestic relations, real estate, and estate planning.
And call us at 859-336-3901 and let the reputable attorneys at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain work for you.
This is an advertisement.
Now, if you don't have time to go to the grocery store, the great news is you can get quality beef delivered right to your front door from Rising Sons Beef. Rising Sons Beef is bred, born, and raised by the Settles, 4th and 5th generation farmers in Springfield. You can get Rising Sons antibiotic, steroid, and hormone-free beef delivered by the piece, package, or half cow. Buy a local Kentucky Proud product with Rising Sons Beef. Go to risingsonsbeef.com on the web or call 859-481-3216. Rising Sons Beef, full of flavor and fork tender. Let me take just a second to tell you about Beach Fork. If you like sporting clays, guided hunts, and lodging, well, Beach Fork Outdoors is ready for you. They're located amidst the beautiful rolling hills of Springfield, Kentucky, in the heart of the Bourbon Trail. The Sporting Clays course exhibits scenery unlike any other, with 12 stations. The Upland Bird Hunting Package offers a vast acreage of well-maintained food plots. The Parlor is our lodge. It offers hearty southern home-cooked meals and a private living suite with breathtaking views. Beach Fork Outdoors, 2938 Macville Road in Springfield, or call 859-481-5310.
Washington County football is brought to you by the Springfield Presbyterian Church. As a family of believers, our purpose is to glorify God by loving Him, loving each other, growing in Christ-likeness, and making Jesus Christ known in word and deed. Springfield Presbyterian Church, 140 East Main Street, Springfield, Kentucky, or contact Reverend Clay Stevens at 859-481-6105.
42-6 is the score here at the Ben-R Lewis Field in Springfield. Bethlehem leading Washington County. How about some other scores, Skinner? It looks like Bardstown ahead 14-0 at the half over Elizabethtown. Nelson County up on Marion County 15-0 at the half. Thank you there, Minor Harmon.
We've got Louisville and Central Florida. It's Central Florida 14, Louisville 7, with 4:14 left in the second quarter. It looks like it's Louisville's ball.
To our folks that are on the line, we do take scores from you. If you have some scores to pass along to us, please jump on board. We'll recognize you and give the scores as we have them. There's a good game going on up the road here tonight, and that's Henderson and Boyle County. I'm a little interested in that, but boy, them Rebels. Roll, Rebels,
they
roll.
They are a machine, buddy. They are a machine. Chuck Smith really turned that school around, with their football program. He came in and took over so many years ago. They were just a stepping stone on everybody's schedule, automatic W,
Chuck Smith put into the Boyle County Hall of Fame last week.
Well, he'll be in the Kentucky State Hall of Fame before long.
Without a doubt. That Elizabethtown-Bardstown game tonight may be worth watching the second half.
Who is
because
E-Town's
that's
coach
a good
now?
game going on over there.
You know who the coach of E-Town is now? I know
It's
it's
not
not
Ross.
the
It's not Ross Brown, is it?
I don't know who took Mark Brown's place.
Good question. Good question that I should be able to answer. Thanks to a piece of technology I did not have.
You think I could? I work over there, but
back in 1989 when we started this, I had no idea this was here. How about old Hal B? Ross Brown.
Ross Brown.
Hal B knows
Is that
and you know who
Mark
that
Brown's
is?
son? Mark
That's
Brown's
Mark Brown's son, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the
Mark,
one that
I'll
did
tell you
such
how old-
damage in the 19th district.
Tell you how old Mark Brown is? My senior year of high school, he was my U.S. history teacher. His first year as assistant coach at Marion County under Lewis Cook.
Ross Brown led a troop of players in there that will never be forgotten as they played. And I'm talking about a lot of basketball, too. They just were just awesome, awesome ball players. I respect them all. Kid by the name of Nathan Stone. Just some great ball players. Great ball players. Brings back a lot of great memories. And I think he'll do well down there. And of course, his father did well down there. And I said Nathan Stone. Gabe Stone is the player that just stands out in my mind so much. And he was such a great ball player.
How you talk about great players.
And I think I'm sorry, Skinner. I think he's one of the assistant coaches for Elizabethtown.
Talk about great players, and one that Washington County is going to see here in a few weeks, Cutter Bowley, quarterback at
he's awesome.
Lexington Christian, came from LaRue County, played at LaRue County last year. Already had us offers from Kentucky, from Alabama, I think Ohio State. Going to be one of the top-rated quarterbacks in the nation.
Week number one,
sophomore.
Mark Perry with the University of Kentucky quarterback staff was at Madison Central to watch that game.
Yeah.
He wasn't there just messing around.
I know
I promise you that.
If you get offered a football scholarship as a sophomore by Alabama, they're expecting you to be a really good player.
23-0, Skinner. 6:51 to go in the third quarter of play. Nelson County leads Marion County. 42-6 is our score here, with Washington County trailing Bethlehem. Ball kicked, and looks like we'll see County take over.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a bunch of different numbers here, for Bethlehem.
And we'll try and catch them all for you, too. Because the clock will be running. Give off the left side. And it's really hard to see their numbers. We apologize for that. But
I'm guessing the way he run, that was Wycliffe. Yeah, that was Wycliffe, by the way. You can tell by the way he run. But I do think they've got a new quarterback in there, right?
Yes.
Is that 10, or can you see that number? I can't see them.
That'd be Garrett Lanham. Lanham, the sophomore.
Yeah, it looks like they've most of their wideouts or didn't play much the first half, if any at all.
Lanham's got a lot of height on him too.
Yeah.
Lanham, lateral back. Here we go on down, and a Dutch run off the right side all the way down to the 21-yard line. Was number 21, Isaiah Ballard.
Got a flag out here, how big looks like it's going to be on. It's going to be holding or an illegal block of some type.
So yes, we appreciate your comments with scores or anything else you might be able to pass along to us.
Replay first down.
Todd Taylor watching tonight. Hey, Todd. Appreciate having you. And Scott Mudd, one of our favorites. Thank you for being a part of our broadcast. It's been a big night for the Bethlehem fans and the Washington fans. Been trying to play catch-up all night, Skinner. Bethlehem on the 50. One man in motion, that's Ballard. Another man in motion. That's Will Ray. Excuse me, we'll get all the players in a moment. It's Thornsberry's back there. Pass over the middle is going to be incomplete.
Picked off.
Picked off by Washington County. We'll watch that one again.
He dropped it. Yeah, they're saying he dropped it out.
We'll still
Man, what an effort.
Osborne's the player that came up with it for Bethlehem. But if you watch this, Jimmy, a hard pass over the middle by Lanham. Osborne has it, and then it's picked off by Washington County into the ground. But we go with Washington County.
Osborne let it get into his chest. He's got to get his hands away from his chest, and he let that get in his chest. And when it does, most times it's going to bounce right off the chest.
Second down and 15. Pass off the left side, complete to Popovich. Downfield he'll go, and he's still on his feet. 40, down to the 35, to inside the 35, to the 32. First down, Bethlehem. Strong runners on this Bethlehem team.
Exactly. Like I said, they've got a lot of weapons. They've done such a good job of developing these kids, and they don't have a lot of players, but the ones they do, they're just solid all the way across the board.
First and 10. Ball on the 33.
I think it's
ended around. I don't know. It looked like Garrett.
Is it 24?
33.
Thornsberry on the carry.
It's
24 instead of
24.
34.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Jacob Thorns.
He runs similar to Wycliffe does.
He does. He does run very similar. Central Hardin, 43. John Hardin, 0.
Wow.
7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Thank you there, Adam Hale.
Wow.
Our little bear, as I like to call him. Pass complete at the 15, down inside the 11, knocked out of bounds, is going to be Will Ray.
If I know Adam like I think I do, he's probably tuned into that Louisville Central Florida game. I think he's a big Louisville fan, I think.
Always has been.
Yes, sir.
It's funny things like that about people you don't forget.
Yeah. He's a good guy. I like him. I like him real well.
I know you like him a lot.
Great referee. Good. Just good
I know. He's one of our best.
I've got lots of family and friends that are Louisville fans, and I do everything I can to try to switch them over.
Now it sounds like you're backpedaling a little bit on me here now.
No, I'm just
we go from Adam Hale to your family, and now it seems like a little justification. Look at this run.
Oh, wow.
Laid his head down off that left side into the end zone, touchdown. Wycliffe just off that left side, way too strong.
Man, he is such a good running back. And you know, like I said, we can't say it enough how much talent that Bethlehem's got out on that field at almost every position. You know,
how many yards did Wycliffe had first half? I didn't catch you all, so
I'll check with our.
I'm just curious.
Buddy Tommy Brunger over here. I think he had 68 at halftime. They had 91 total, and I think he said that Wycliffe had 68.
Lincoln Holler, the senior. The set to kick is up. He's been perfect all night.
Yeah,
he's not missed.
I know. And,
so 7:24 to go here in the third quarter of play. Bethlehem 49, Washington County 6. High school football is a G&G production.
The following is a paid advertisement.
The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon. Ms. McCauley handles cases in many areas in law, including DUI, DWI, divorce and family law, employee rights, real estate, wills and estates. The law office of Don Spalding McCauley is located in Lebanon at 144 West Main Street. Or you may call her office today for an appointment at 270-692-0684. At Stewart Powell Ford in Danville, you want your next car buying experience to go smoothly, and so do we. Our warm and welcoming hometown showroom in Danville is where our veteran staff of 20-plus years gives new meaning to the phrase, the Stewart Powell family. We proudly serve the entire state of Kentucky, so visit Stewart Powell and discover car shopping the easy way. And check out our world-class service department. Our easy plan doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. We stand behind your new Ford every step of the way. Stewart Powell Ford, 225 South Danville Bypass in Danville.
Pettis comes up with the kickoff, and away he goes. Look at him go down that sideline. 45, 50, 45. Knocked out of bounds. Yeah, we're going to watch that one again. 58-yard return by Jack Pettis.
Yeah, Hal just finds a nice little seam, good blocking, gets by that initial line, and, man, almost broke it. Nice run, good block.
Very nice, very nice. Dr. Isaac's Dentistry, Springfield. 49-6. Bethlehem with the lead, Washington County with the ball. We'll have it first and 10. And resting on the Bethlehem 44.
How me and John talked about at halftime. If you're Washington County this half, you're preparing for next week. You're preparing for Marion County right now. Yeah, you gotta figure out what you're going to do, and just try to improve on those this second half and get a game plan ready for next week. Because, like I said, to a lot of people in both these two counties, that's the biggest game of the year.
Waiting on Jack Pettis on the far side. Eric Sagersey walking on the field to join his player. Isaiah Mattingly will go back out there. Lots of different jerseys in there, and we'll try and keep up with some names for you. But Baker's still out there. Snap to give. Here we go off the left side. Run again.
Oh, what a tackle.
Furman caught up the backfield and just got his feet kicked out from under him, and down he goes.
Yeah, Hal. And, man, if he could have got outside, he had a lot of room out here, but just a great tackle by Bethlehem's number 4. Who is that?
Oh, yeah, for Bethlehem? This kid, Will Ray. Yes, Will
Yeah,
Ray.
Will Ray. Yeah.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
And he's been playing well throughout the evening.
Yeah, and he we got an updated score here. Nelson County now 30, Marion County 0. So it looks like Nelson County's going to win that game fairly easy.
Baker. Pass. Looks incomplete to me.
They call it incomplete.
Yeah. Incomplete on the far side to counter.
And again, Bowes had just pressure all night long. He just has not had a lot of time to set his feet when he throws the ball.
3rd down and 12. Of course, a running clock here at the Bennett R. Lewis Field.
Yeah.
Clock continues to run at 5:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mattingly's on this near side. Coulter on the far side. Wideouts either side. The snap back for Baker. He's going to keep it. Here goes the big fella. No, he gets rid of it. Last minute pass. It's going to be complete upfield, and we're headed into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington County. Touchdown, Camden Able. Let's watch it again, Jimmy.
And watch Bo Baker keep his eyes downfield on this. Hard to teach a young player to do this, but look, he breaks the line, looking downfield the whole way for a wide receiver. Makes a nice pass and nice cut by Camden Able. Nice play.
Nice move. Able to take it in for the touchdown.
Real quick, Halby, on that score, John Graves told us Marion County, Nelson County, 3:45 left in the 3rd quarter in that game.
Gene Helms. The set to kick us up. You talk about having an all-star kicker. Washington County's got an all-star kicker.
Yeah.
Your score, Bethlehem 49, Washington County 13. Back in a moment, high school football, a G&G production.
At Maywood, we want to highlight a great course with wonderful food so you can enjoy the entire experience. If you don't play golf, stop by and try the best hot brown around or our signature cowboy burger. You can experience a private club feel that is open to everyone. Memberships available with a full schedule of events throughout the year. We have a full bourbon bar. Family carryout meals make life simple for the busy family. We are now open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Maywood Country Club, 130 Maywood Avenue, Bardstown, 502-348-6600.
Big score by Washington County. Nice momentum builder, Jimmy, but they've really got a lot of catch-up to do. 49-13, Bethlehem on top.
Yeah, Hal, like we said several times, they're playing for next week. So good job, to get that score and give them a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum.
Bethlehem upfield, 40, down at the 41. That's where they'll start out. 1st and 10.
For 23, Alex
Blanford on the stop.
10 yards on the return.
So it looks like they're going to give him about 10 yards.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
So ball on that 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Bethlehem on their own 40. Moving upfield.
I think, is that 18? Is that Stone back in there at quarterback? Like I said, I can't read
They
it.
switched back around. Well, their jersey's so hard, but I think
Yeah.
they switched back around. That's what they've done. Pass upfield, incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
I know.
Popovich, intended
Yeah,
receiver.
I know they're starting receivers, and Wycliffe are back out there.
It's the intended receiver, Brandon Coulter. Noah Reynolds on the coverage. Brings up 2nd down.
So 2nd down. So even with incomplete passes, the clock continues to run. So that's going to be your nemesis throughout the second half. Your Washington County, it's so hard to catch up with that. Gives straight up the middle and still running on his feet. Left side we go. That looks like Wycliffe. Wycliffe downfield. 30, 20. I think he's headed all the way. Touchdown.
Yeah, and that's got to put him way over the 100-yard mark.
Wycliffe again. Let's watch that one
yeah.
again. A flag down the play. So hold your phone, but we're going to see the Dr. Isaacs replay, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Because look at him.
Look at him kicking in another gear, man. Just run away from everybody. Well, just a really
that replay's
good
perfect
running
just
back.
to watch him run. Yeah, it is. But back it'll come. So the ball will be coming back. Clock continuing to run with 3:10 to go.
And how I think Washington County's got a lot of new kids in there.
To Washington County. Trying to get back on the defense. 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, so you basically got Washington County's JV team going against Bethlehem starters.
Back to throw. Left side incomplete. Wycliffe intended receiver.
I'm sorry. They've got
3rd down long.
10 back in their quarterback. So they took.
So they got
took
Lanham
Stone
back.
in. Yeah.
But Stone was in that prior series of downs.
Yeah, he threw that first pass.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to work Garrett Lanham in a little bit more. He plays linebacker and running back most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
But in there as quarterback, he's just a sophomore. Back to throw. Lanham looking plenty of time. Look at that ball being aired out. And incomplete.
Nice defense.
Man.
Will Ray, pass broken up.
Will Ray was the intended receiver, but what a pass.
Another good play, but Noah Reynolds, he's had a really good
nice night
back there
tonight.
at safety. He's played really good back there.
Yeah, don't forget after our game tonight, we'll have our Farmers National Bank player of the game. John Graves will be down the field talking to some of our players of the game this evening. Daniel Weiser, good to see you. I hope I see you at Marion County next week. He was a player at Marion County. He could play basketball, buddy.
Who's that?
Daniel Weiser. Tanner Miles. Adam Hilkins is the final. Central over John Hardin, 50-0.
Wow.
Catch on the far side by Washington County. That's Pettis, and he's just going to be stood up.
2-yard return.
And you know the coach at Central Hardin.
Yeah, Timmy Manning.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you say that
Former
earlier?
Washington County coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Also coached at Meade County. Right?
Graduated from Washington County. Big family here in this area.
Yeah. Lived off of Lanham. Was it Lanham Road? Yeah, I think
I
Lanham
live
Road.
down there in your voting district somewhere.
Yeah, Lanham Lane.
Lanham
Road.
Lane down there.
Right across from us.
Yeah, y'all are all
Oh,
down
we're all
there
in Smiths
together.
live?
Down there, yeah. All you guys are down there.
There's like 18 Smith families live on the road.
When it gets dark, you don't drive back that road, do you?
No,
Unless you're a Smith or a Weathington that's married to Matthews.
You got to have one of them old maps that you use the stars you want to find your way around.
1st and 10. They're going to mark Pettis on that 24. Baker's still out there. 49-13. Time running out in the 3rd quarter of play. Running clock going on in it. Baker's going to call timeout. I don't know. I think he just doesn't even have to do that.
I think the clock's going to run out on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's no need to call timeout. Clock's going to run out.
Yeah, the officials are not
Yeah.
looking to throw a flag.
I'm
They're gonna
against
let
the
him go,
official
so-
told him, hey, look,
Hey, look, we're about done, boys. So 3rd quarter is complete here at the Bennett Arlo Field in Springfield. Here's your score. Washington County trailing Bethlehem 49-13. High school football. It is a G&G production.
Hi, I am John Hayden. I am your candidate for mayor of Springfield. Many people have asked me why I want to run for mayor. After some thought, I realized that my purpose is I love to serve. I am a leader in the business world. I am a family man, a husband to my wife Rose, a father to 4 children, and my favorite of all, granddaddy to 5 little ones. I love to serve in the community and I do it well. I feel that those things about my personality are a little of what I have to offer to the community that we all call home. I humbly ask for your vote in November and would love for you and your family to hop on our campaign trail with my family and I. Paid for by John C. Hayden for mayor.
Snap, snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
3 quarters complete here at Washington County High School. 49-13 is your score. Washington County trailing Bethlehem. Here we go. We'll hand off left side. Upfield 34-35 to the 36-yard line. Martavius Smith. And we'll try and keep up with those best we can. Yeah. Thornsberry on the stop.
I think it was Reynolds on the
And Reynolds on the run.
Yeah, on the run.
Commander.
Washington County with Reynolds get the first down. So quick first down to start off this fourth quarter of play. And again, we got a running clock. If anyone has a score update out there, jump on board. We'd love to hear from you. We'll make sure to pass them along here tonight on Facebook Live with G&G Productions. Pretty good crowd out there right now. Let's everybody give a thumbs up and a heart sign and let everybody know that we are loving some high school ball tonight and trying to keep everybody up to date, especially if you're a Bethlehem fan. If you're a Bethlehem fan, you should be thumbs up all night. They have played well here this evening.
You should be really excited
You
about.
should be cheating on the thumbs up and be giving a bunch of them. They have played extra good tonight.
Yeah, and you should be really excited about this team for the rest of the year too, Hal, because I think they're going to be a team to watch in the playoffs. They are really solid.
The snap, back to throw. Baker trying to come up with something, couldn't make it happen.
Yeah,
Caught the backfield.
Probably should have thrown that one away when he had a chance, but trying to keep the play alive and get everything he can.
One on the play brings up second down.
$49-13. Bethlehem will go to 3-1. Washington County 1-3. Washington County, you know, they've got to start looking ahead, and this Marion County game is going to be even more important. You know, by the time you play Marion County, then you got Eminence. Then you jump into the meat of it. Lexington Christian, Danville, and Somerset.
Man, what a meat grinder.
Tough one. Pass over the middle, incomplete, intended for Noah Reynolds.
Yeah, Noah's had a great game tonight, man, but he just dropped that one, Hal, and just went right through his hands. Looked like he had a lot of room in front of him to run, too.
We'll start next week at 6:30 with our pregame show. We'll have our Marion County group with us. Eric Daugherty will be joining us alongside with Richie Buckler and Matthew Thomas for some jump in on the game, since we'll do this one kind of together. And Jimmy and I will call the play-by-play and the color for it. Should be a good one.
Should be a good game, Hal, but he should be very competitive.
Smurfett on the carry.
Hal, halftime. Got a halftime score for you. Central Florida 14, Louisville 7 at halftime.
Punting formation for Washington County. Bo
Might
Baker
be a good
back.
time right here. I don't think they'll go for a fake punt. Just give Marion County something to think about. But
Bethlehem comes up with it and tripped up the backfield.
Tackle made for number 34. By Riley.
it looks like the old turf monster reached up and grabbed him, Hal.
33 yards on the punt. No return by Nick Osborne. Ball's on the 21-yard line. First and 10, Bethel.
Want to remind you, coming up, we're going to give away a couple of tickets to the St. Dominic Church Fall Social, which is tomorrow night. It's from 4 to 7 at the St. Dominic Parish Community Center. All the trimmings, $12. You can see all the great prizes, plus a dunking booth and much more. How you gonna want to do that? Hashtag G&G Live Free. So hashtag G&G Live Free. If you'll put that in the Facebook Live, hashtag G&G Live Free, we'll draw for that later on in our Player of the Game segment. How's that sound over there, you guys? Again, we appreciate the folks at St. Dominic giving us a couple tickets to give away. So it's your time to jump on board. Patsy Johnson gives me a score update. Greene County up 30-23 on Taylor County at the half.
Wow. Taylor County's got the #1 junior in the state of Kentucky.
Two turkey dinner meals. That's what you win. There you go.
Ike
Thompson's in there. There you go.
I lost total concentration.
Sorry, after I said turkey dinners. I
don't know what else we about.
Everybody's already lost their interest.
I don't know what you talked about after
we
that.
Said we were going to do that, and then perfect timing now. This game getting a little out of hand, and definitely going to be a Bethlehem win tonight. So we want to make sure to promote St. Dominic to our listeners this evening that we've been able to have.
What did we have, a personal foul or something?
Must have personal foul?
Yeah. Yeah, Bethlehem's going to have 1st and 10. Now that's about the 40, and then we got another.
That was number 3 telling number 1 to make sure number 2 and number 1 don't forget we got the number 4 thing to do on our agenda tonight. I told him we're already giving it away.
Have something to do with the turkey sauce? We won't miss that.
So we're not going to miss that. Number 1 and number 2 will not miss out on the turkey supper ticket giveaway. We'll run off the left side, not much on it.
Nice tackle. Try to get that number for us, Hal B.
Reese Draper on the tackle, carried by number 22.
Number 28.
Max Brewer out there for Bethlehem.
Yeah, I think John gave the tackle to the wrong player.
Did he?
28 didn't like that at all. He was shrugging his hands like, what are you doing to me?
71-yard run by Nelson County's Trevor Logan. Puts Nelson up 36-0. Wow. How about this? Jimmy Reed says extra point makes it 37-0. Thank you, Jimmy. Nelson, a big win over Marion tonight. I thought that one might be a little bit closer if we have an incomplete pass.
I thought it would too. I thought Nelson would win a couple of touchdowns, but I did not think it would be that wide of a margin.
Well, I think with the way these teams have been playing, it just puts more importance on the game next week with Marion and Washington County.
It does. Somebody's got to get a win.
That's
right. They've been few and far between early in the season. And it's hard to imagine next week's the halfway mark of the middle of the
hard to believe, isn't it?
Wow.
That we've come this far.
Yep.
3rd down and 13. 4:22 to go in this ball game. Pass off the right side, complete. Brought down on the far side. I like the way this second string has been playing tonight.
Yeah. A lot of hustle, Hal.
I was talking to David Tingle and told him how proud I was of Isaiah Mattingly tonight. He had a nice catch, and he's a young player, but a lot of you that have followed Washington County football, the first thing his dad would want us not to do is to mention his name, but I will, because he was such a great football player here. That's Bobby Joe Mattingly.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure Isaiah would be the first to say how proud he is of his father and accomplishments he made, because what a competitor those Mattingly boys were.
I think he played same time my nephew Sean played.
Yeah.
And they had some really good teams.
Talking about bell ringers, man.
Yeah, they were
They
tough.
hit you, your ears rang for a week.
And Bobby Joe went on and played at Georgetown.
He sure did. Had a stellar career up there. I think out of his 4 years, he was 3 national championships and 1 runner-up. And I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty close. But great family, and David's his stepfather. Just good, just personal friends of ours. I've all enjoyed watching those boys grow up, and looking forward to watching his son play.
Yeah. Bobby Joe coached here several years too.
Sure did. Yeah. Still a teacher at North Washington. Youth minister at Bethlehem Baptist Church. We'll be giving away those 2 St. Dominic turkey dinner, fall social tomorrow night. We want to promote that for them. We love the people at St. Dominic, and this is a big fundraiser for them. And John Graves has been working hard with them to give away a couple of tickets. Attaboy, John. You got our ticket, Skinner? That's what I want to know.
I hope so.
What about that?
That was a quick no.
That G&G.
That was a real quick no.
That G&G table that we got down there. I mean, Sean, buzzing his ear there. He's thinking Farmers National Bank players of the game. 2:12 to go. We got to start thinking about it. Well, gosh, how can you not think of Cooper Stone from Bethlehem?
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a little bit of everything tonight.
And Wycliffe, too, had a really good game.
Wycliffe had a big night, too.
Yeah. And
I don't know if you may have talked to both of them.
Yeah. And I think Noah Reynolds had a really good game on defense for Washington County. Bo Baker, too, under a lot of pressure. I think Bo played one of his better games because he kept us cool and made some really good plays out of what were going to be negative plays.
How many interceptions did Reynolds have tonight? I know one real nice
He had one, I think, but he had several knockdowns. Yeah, he had several.
He was ready to knock the ball
pass
out of
breakups, yeah.
That would be who my vote was for. Who's John saying over there? Who's he saying for player of the game? That is the player of the game going in here. There's the snap. Back to throw. Isaiah Mattingly's the quarterback. Pass over the right side to Ballard.
I think it's going to be a first down, Hal.
Pass on the right side to Gabbard.
Man, so I'm getting older, but man, these kids out here look young as could be.
Couple things on Isaiah Mattingly. He's just a sophomore, but getting some good playing time here tonight. Plays wide receiver on the starting team, but out there tonight is quarterback. Good hands. Takes the snap out of the shotgun with the give. Here we go, right side. To the 50, down to the run. 49.
34.
34 is for, I got two for White. Oh, it's about Rayleigh. So Rayleigh's the player. He's a freshman. Time running out. We'll come back. We'll be giving away a couple of tickets to the St. Dominic Fall Social. Coming up tomorrow night, your last time to get involved. I need a hashtag, G&G Live Free. It'll put you in the drawing. And now Washington County, Mattingly gets upfield. Well, look at it, still tough.
Yeah,
still
nice, tough run.
The ball game's complete. Your final score here this evening, Washington County falls to Bethlehem 49-13. One of those games that Bethlehem just came out early, took control, and Washington County couldn't catch up, Jimmy.
Yeah, Hal, and just a better team. I mean, no knocking Washington County. It's just a really, really good team over there. And, it's going to be interested watching them going forward to see how far they can go because they're going to make the playoffs.
Farmers National Bank, player of the game, on the way with the postgame shows. We'll talk to both coaches of the Bethlehem, Washington County teams. All that's coming up for you in just a moment. Your final score, Bethlehem 49, Washington County 13. High school football. It is a G&G production.
I've always had a heart for the community. I grew up in Springfield. I currently serve as one of your Springfield City Councilmen. As owner of Snappy Tomato Pizza, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce where I have been recognized for several civic awards. Besides City Council, all the boards I sit on and the support I give to our community is on a volunteer basis. I have a heart of a servant, and I want to serve you even more as the next mayor of Springfield. I'm a community volunteer, a dedicated, loyal, and honest leader with no self-agenda. Because experience matters, integrity counts. I humbly ask you now for your vote. Chris Essex for Mayor of Springfield. This ad paid for by Essex for Mayor.
For a lot of people, home ownership is a big to-do list item that has to get checked before you feel like you're a grown-up, living your best life. If you're ready to check that box, talk to Derek Brussel at Farmers National Bank. Derek specializes in guiding first-time home buyers, young borrowers, and other newbies toward a responsible, manageable, fulfilling financial future. Visit farmersnational.bank to get in touch. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402972.
It's a Kentucky fall tradition, the 53rd annual Marion County Country Ham Days, which will be held on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th in downtown Lebanon. It's a full weekend of fun, including great music, 2 hot air balloon events, a carnival, kids zone, arts and craft, a huge parade, classic car and truck and motorcycle show, one of the largest 5K runs in Kentucky, and of course, it's our famous Ham Days Breakfast. Marion County Country Ham Days in downtown Lebanon. Look for us online at hamdays.com.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, a farm, or a business, Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will give you individual service and a taste of Southern hospitality. Mark your calendar now for the Divine Family Farm Absolute Auction at 3560 Highway 433 in Willisburg, Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale Realty and Auction will sell at absolute public auction this beautiful farm in 7 tracts. The Divine Family Farm is 161.2 plus acres divided into 7 tracts. It will sell at absolute auction Saturday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. Sale with Hale, a house sold name.
At Farmers National Bank in Lebanon, we'd like to say, wow! Wow! Thank you for voting us the best bank in Marion County, the best checking and savings in Marion County, the best loans and lending in Marion County, the best mortgages in Marion County, the best customer service in Marion County, and the one we're proud of, the best place to work in Marion County. Farmers National Bank, we're here for you. Farmers National Bank, 136 West Main Street in Lebanon and 2160 Campbellsville Highway. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC.
Final score this evening, Bethlehem defeats Washington County 49-13. Let's get the postgame under the way. We're going to have the Farmers National Bank player of the game, but right now it's the Visit Lebanon KY postgame show as we go to the field with John Graves. John?
Outcome you wanted, but there was a couple of bright spots from you tonight.
Yeah, I tried my hardest, and when Bo got me the ball or whenever I could make a play on defense, I tried to capitalize.
What does this do going into the Marion County week? This is a big week.
This should fire us up. I mean, to play like this, and next week we have the whole community riding on our back for that game, we should show out and get better next week.
Get you in the locker room with the rest of your teammates here. Noah Reynolds, your player of the game for Washington County. We'll take Coach Seg in. I've got crews of people standing around me. Coach, not the way you wanted to leave the house for the next month with the scoreboard.
Yeah, didn't play well enough to win for sure. Didn't give ourselves the chances we needed to, and just kind of let things snowball on us. I got to coach better and be better, and that's what we'll work on.
Noah was the player game for Washington County. Had pretty good stat line there. Had a big interception.
Yeah, Noah does a great job, man. He plays really hard, and he gets better every week. And he kind of is a leader on defense for us and on offense. So Noah's well deserving of that, and awesome kid, and he'll keep making plays for us.
Big game next week, as I heard you tell the kids. How quick do you have to flush this one and get ready for Marion County?
About 2 hours from now, 3 hours. We'll watch the film after this, and then we can start working on Marion and try to improve and put our best foot forward next week.
Last score I had was Marion being Nelson County up 30-0 going into the fourth quarter in that game. Does that surprise you?
No, Nelson's a really good team. I figured Nelson would, do pretty well against them, and I think that next week will be an absolute slobber knocker between the two of us. I think two teams that'll be 1-2 and trying to find their rhythm, and it'll be a heck of a game.
All right, Coach. We'll get you in the locker room with your team. Thank you tonight. Appreciate you. We'll bring my guys in. Zane, we'll take Zane Wycliffe first. Dual players of the game. Come on over, Mr. Stone. We're going to put y'all right here. Zane, Jimmy, give me some stats on Mr. Zane Wycliffe tonight.
Okay. John, he had 93 yards and 2 touchdowns running the ball. He also had a 5-yard touchdown receiving.
93.
So three touchdowns, 93 yards running, 5 yards receiving.
3 touchdowns tonight. Pretty big game out there for you. What made it easy for you to see some of these plays tonight?
Our linemen, they do everything, and then just hard work. Off season they all put in the work, and people didn't think we would be here today or beating teams how we are now, and now we are. And even outside of the linemen, like the receivers, I had a few runs where it was outside and I had two or people to beat, and I had Will Ray or Nick out there laying people out for me.
All right. Mr. Stone, we'll slide you in here. Big night passing. Jimmy, you want to give me some of those stats?
Yes, sir. 9 of 18 passing, 4 big touchdowns, 155 yards total passing.
And I'm relaying these 155 yards passing. Big night tonight. You was able to get your receivers the ball in space.
Sir, our line blocked great. Had plenty of time in the pocket. They tried to bring some heat, but our line and Zane stepped up and protected me. Our receivers just continued to get open like usual.
All right. Players of the game for Bethlehem. We'll bring Coach Walker in here. Coach, pretty sizable win for you tonight.
Yeah, happy with the performance. Had a lot of guys involved, and thought we had a fast start. And, yeah, we're going to enjoy it tonight and move on to the next one.
What about these two guys? Can you got any good things to say about them tonight?
Yeah, plenty. They've been doing it for a while for us. Zane's basically a 4-year starter, and Cooper a 3-year guy. They've learned from the guys ahead of them. They know the offense well, and we're definitely the three of us are on the same page as is our offense. So happy with the way the line blocked and gave them opportunities, and we made the plays from there.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you all next week.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Yes, sir. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, John. Final score, Bethlehem 49, Washington County 13. We're back to wind this one up in just a moment. High school football is a G&G production.
Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. is a second-generation dentist in his hometown of Springfield, and he and his staff invite you to his office at 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. They offer family dentistry as well as digital dentistry where no impressions are needed. Their all-digital technology allows you to get crowns, bridges, partials, and implants with no discomfort. Results are more accurate and quicker. For family dentistry, see Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield, or call today at 859-336-7680. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., a reason to smile since 1963.
Try to think of the most convenient bank service you could hope for. How about banking from your mobile phone? Well, Springfield State Bank has it. With our new mobile banking, you can monitor your checking account, transfer money, even pay your bills right from your cell phone. Enrollment is easy. Just visit our website at www.springfieldstate.com for details. Springfield State Bank, we're your locally owned community bank doing big bank things. We want to make banking easy for you. Springfield State Bank, member FDIC.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweta.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
Welcome to the heart of Kentucky and the Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation, where they have a tremendous workforce. Jobs available in Marion County. Now hiring. TG Kentucky is now hiring. Second and third shift team members are now needed. Look at these exciting benefits. Come grow with us. TG Kentucky is hiring. Welcome to the heart of Kentucky. The Lebanon Marion County Industrial Foundation are here for you. Find them online at marioncountyky.com.
Finishing up at the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield, Hal Good, Jimmy Weathington, John Graves, the Pixel Phase crew on hand here this evening. Greg upstairs, thank you all for what you've done this evening. Sean, you've done a great job here this evening as well, and kind of on your solo flight, and we appreciate you. You take a lot of time with it, and you and Matthew are always really good on the draw. And just like Bethlehem tonight, 49-13 final score. And, boy, you talking about quick on the draw. Bethlehem got a lot of weapons. They're going to be a team again like last year. They're going to go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, Hal, I think so. I mean, unless they suffer some injuries, because they've got a really good running back, a really good quarterback, and 3 really good wide receivers. Plus, I was surprised at how strong their defense was. Their defense, they're not overly big, but, man, they are quick. They're good athletes, and they get to the ball. They just all run to the ball. So they've got a solid team all the way around.
3-1. Yeah. So there you go. They're 3-1, getting ready to keep on doing what I think they've done well here in the early part of the season before they get to a lot of their bigger games and district games that'll be coming up a little bit later on. So that'll be the key. I think they're going to play well. Not only, let's see who they got next week. They got Western Hills next week. They got Crittenden County. Holy Cross might be tough. Campbellsville might be tough. They'll handle Fort Knox and then Sayre. So, I mean, I can't see anybody give them a lot of trouble out of that.
You know, they'll have a couple of close games, but I think most of the games they win. You know, the thing that I think they really did well tonight is they ran the ball well, but, man, they ran play action, and they just ran through some really long passes, and they just lull you to sleep on that running game, and it's a tough combination to beat.
Next week, Marion County, Washington County. We'll say Nelson County defeated Marion County tonight 37-0. Thanks, Jim Reed. Thanks, Minor Harmon, for the updates tonight. So it's two teams with a record of 1-3 going at each other. Two teams where, you know, it don't really matter. The records, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of folks say, oh, of course it matters what the records are and who they've played. And both these teams have beat Thomas Nelson. So there you go. They got common wins for both of their wins. But I really think down and down, it's going to matter of is Calhoun going to have a big game on the offense? And are we going to see Furman do his thing on the offense for Washington County? Which one is going to be able to do what they need to do to put the ball underneath the uprights?
Yeah. I think you brought up a great point. I think the team that runs the ball the best,
I think it's going to be on the ground.
You know, and makes the less mistakes is going to win the game. You know, turnovers are such a big deciding factor in games like that. So if one team turns the ball over 2 or 3 times more than the other, it's going to be a big advantage. But I think it's going to come down to who runs the ball.
If you're like Bethlehem and got a Cooper Stone, there's no question what you're going to do every game.
Yeah.
You're going to put that ball in the air.
Yeah.
But I think you will some with a Bo Baker. But I think if you can keep it on the ground, even against a Marion County team, and if you're a Marion County fan, you want to keep it on the ground, even against the Washington County team, I think that's where you'll score.
Yeah. Hal, if you can run the ball, consistently, there's no reason to put the ball in the air very much. I know you want to take your shot every now and then, but if you're running the ball, getting first downs, keep moving the chains. There's no reason to go against.
I like the coaches too. Arthur Carter, I love him when I talk to him. I haven't talked to him a whole lot, but he's a Dudley Hilton protege. He played down there for Dudley in Bale County, and he's coming up here and says, "My gosh, we're going to do this. My gosh, get ready." And I like that. And he's working on them.
Yeah, if he's a Dudley Hilton protege, he's going to run a power running game, and they're just going to throw the ball. When you get people too close to the line, they're probably going to throw the ball over the top. I don't think you're going to see a lot of 7-8 yard outs.
Correct. Okay, let's finish up here this evening. We got a winner in our St. Dominic turkey supper for 2 tickets this evening. And this is called Interactive Football at its best. We're right there lining them up with them. But the winner who jumped on board there and was able to give me the hashtag G&G Live and Free was Margaret Newby of Washington County. Margaret, congratulations. You got 2 tickets to go to the turkey supper tomorrow night, and if you only need one of them and need a date, maybe I can work something out later on.
There you go.
You can take my wife, Mary Lynn. Margaret's a good person.
Keep yourself out of trouble there, big guy.
Got out of that one, didn't I, Skinner? I got ready to throw it on your shoulders.
Oh, no, I know better than that.
Margaret won't have no problem finding somebody to go with her. She's a good person. So thank you, St. Dominic. And listen, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night, go out and support the local church. And they reached out to us and said, hey, would you put this on and give away a couple tickets? We said, sure, let's do it. It's all good and fun. Well, that's going to wind things up for us. We need to get out of here. We're going to finish things up here at the Ben R. Lewis Field. We are back next Friday, a week from tonight. It's a 6:30 pregame. 7:30 is the kickoff. Marion County, Washington County. We'll have the crew there for you to bring you all the action of Marion and Washington County football Friday night, which is going to be a G&G production. For the crew at Pixel Phase, Greg, Sean, again, fine job this evening. John Graves down the field. My man Skinner. Brother Lucas Ross was here for a while this evening. We appreciate him.
Tommy Bruner on the staff.
Tommy Bruner. Yeah, he's the new and improved, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tommy
Way
Bruner.
improved.
Way improved for what we're doing. We appreciate all the folks that have joined in, but that's going to finish things up. Your final score, Bethlehem 49, Washington County 13. For the Ben R. Lewis Field in Springfield, Hal Be Good, wishing you and yours a pleasant evening. So long, everybody.
You've been watching high school football live and free on G&G Productions. Our coverage tonight brought to you by Hale Realty and Auction, a house so named. Snappy Tomato Pizza in Springfield. Dr. Isaacs Jr. Dentistry, General Dentistry and Orthodontics, Farmers National Bank, by your side for more than 130 years. Lebanon Tourism. Lebanon is the heart of Central Kentucky. Salt River RECC. Exit Realty Bluegrass, Lisa Kearns Realtor. The Marion County Industrial Foundation, putting people back to work. Springfield State Bank, built and growing on friendly service. Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain, attorneys at law in Springfield. Danville Office Equipment. Chris Essex for mayor. Rising Suns Beat. Stuart Powell. SWEDA, the Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Agency. John Hayden for mayor. Beachfort Sporting Clays and Upland Hunting. Don McCauley, attorney at law. Join us next week for exciting high school football, live and free on G&G Productions.